Remember these guys? This is them now. Feel old yet? Early humans, when they accidentally set their prey on fire, but it tastes nicer. Cartoon characters, when they take off their glasses, be like. Normalize taking shortcuts through jewelry stores at the mall. Parents outraged after man installs electric fence to keep kids off his lawn. It's my yard. 7-year-old me, after climbing to the top of the playground. This is my territory. Add large googly eyes to your ghillie suit for added psychological warfare. The bathroom at this rock climbing park. They don't actually expect me to do this, right? I'll never own a machine gun. You'll never legally own a machine gun. Technology in the 90s. It's broken. Have you tried smacking the hell out of it? Current financial situation. My school blocked a website because it was labeled as educational. They blocked Duolingo. Nobody kills on Instagram. This coffee shop covered up the no tip option with a sticker to force you to tip. Be right back, PewDiePie. I gotta do my chores. I'm back. Does anyone else mix the PB and J first? This man will not see the kingdom of heaven. Internet arguments in 2034. There used to be snow during winter. Sauce. New discourse. What do you guys call these? I call them woggles. Breakfast. Hey, I left a mean comment here about 6 years ago, and I want to apologize. Saw this in a bathroom stall. It's making me so emotional. Real men yearn for the caves. I'd rather starve than eat the last loaf of bread. My nerf is better than yours. No, mine is better. Pew pew. Huh, you missed. A long time ago, an engineer decided he hated children and wanted to watch them burn. Found a new place where I can sit and think about my problems. Warning, rocks will fall. A picture was taken right as my little sister got nailed with a snowball by my dad. Ice Cream Man charges influencers double because they keep asking for free ice cream. Direct action. The working class hero we need. I'm 25 and I've never celebrated a Valentine's Day in my life. That's sad. I'll be your Valentine. I'm a man, just so you know. Anyway, be mine. I just feel like if I was gay, I could do better than you. Bro is enjoying the view. Bro is breaking the law. Having a kid in this generation is too tough. My favorite thing to do at school is leaving. Bro, why does my doctor have a most improved certificate? I'm about to die. Not talking and oversharing. Me. Putting mustard on watermelon is now a trend. Fountains built in 1651. Fountains built in 1971. Me depressed because I'm alone playing video games with no girlfriend. I can be your girlfriend. Not my type. Where the hell am I going? You're going to... Accidentally said older women were my weakness during a job interview. Update, I got hired when everything goes wrong, but you're already used to it. When someone says you can't be both passive aggressive and nice. Holding the door slightly open for people. In a wetsuit too. My cat has white lines going down each leg. From underneath, she looks skeletal. We strapped a GoPro on a bee to see why bees are dying, and boy did we find out quick. Bees are too small, so that's fake. Bird logic. The male and the female. What if you could just record silence and then play it on loudspeakers on full blast to make the whole room quiet when you left the house in your I don't give a damn outfit, but now you give a damn. If 2020 was a slide, when you need to slap someone from a safe social distance. Survival tip. If lost in the woods, build a shelter. The tax collector will be there shortly. Thunder and lightning over London left people worried the world was ending. The people in question. The Duck song has concluded after 15 years. I had no idea the song was that long. Me, randomly feeding a stray cat from the streets. The cat sending her cute kitten to me and then never appearing again. Others on street. Me on the street. If I don't reach that tree before that car, I am going to die. We cannot let a Bob be our king. You dare oppose me, mortal? Eek, eek, you have no friends. No need to rub it in. Are you getting a kick? Matthew, I think your E-fans will be getting a kick out of my new yarn bowl. Yes, we are getting a kick. After destroying the box, he lays on it. Hashtag facts. Swinging in slow motion. Your mum is acting like that because she also had a bad childhood, so now we're both traumatized. Sims. My handwriting when I start the exam versus when I realize I have 5 minutes left. Chooses the drive-thru. To avoid human interaction. To order food quickly. Thinking about how the Starbucks mermaid is slowly but surely getting closer, and we cannot stop her. Right pocket, but the left pocket. The front of a liquor store. At least they are being responsible and sending their wives instead of drinking and driving. I wish I could slap the biggest idiot in my school right now. Self-abuse is not funny, Sophia. It must be hard being that savage. Robber pulls out machete. Clerk pulls out sword. You may have outsmarted me, but I outsmarted your outsmarting. When you have multiple talents, but you're still useless. What a confusing time to be a pirate. What a great time, that's a lot of treasure. The moment he realized he was now the middle child. Utter pain. Laziness, random motivation at 2 in the morning. More laziness. Who exactly are airport shops for? Like, imagine going, oops, forgot to grab a Prada bag and a Rolex that I totally mentally need for my flight. How it feels like to ask, what happened? When your friends are laughing. You can only add 2 toppings. That's not true. Get imprisoned, idiot. This is maybe the funniest email I've ever gotten. Why is his signature just his head? Hi, have you seen my previous email? For several weeks when I was a child, my mum kept a giant spider we found in our garage as a pet and would let it roll around the house in a hamster ball. And it used to roll into my bedroom every night. TikTokers say goodbye to TikTok. Emotional. The hardest try not to laugh challenge I've ever seen. Man blasts clouds out of sky with a homemade cannon to prevent bad weather. This guy. People that say rain, rain, go away. A homemade cannon. Bride leaves empty seat for her dead son. Can't hold back tears when she sees what could possibly show up that makes her cry even more. This is what the interior of a Boeing 787 looks like before the seats are installed. They should fly it like this and let everyone run around. Have it like a daycare. When Burger King dressed up as McDonald's for Halloween in 2016, did they tell people the ice cream machine was broken too? Once again, thinking of when my mum rested this weird picture of me on the frame of this nice picture of my aunt, which ultimately makes it look like she was murdered and I'm the suspect at large. When they text you while you were texting them, and you have to change your whole text, psychologists aren't allowed to tell you you're a loser, so they came up with personality disorders. Car salesman, slaps brain. This bad boy can hold so much fear of uncertainty and unresolved trauma. You look like a memory. Unpopular opinion. Love this side, hate this side. In 1995, a man robbed a bank with lemon juice on his face. Since lemon juice makes for invisible ink, he thought it would render his face invisible on camera. The man, I had a goddamn plan. When I'm in a laziness competition and my opponent is not there, just broke one of my made-up rules that only I have to follow. Getting my doors professionally refurnished was the right choice. Landlords should be banned from buying paint. When that, did I lock the doors at home, hits you. When you finally gained muscle, but now you gotta maintain it. Sometimes I spoil myself. Treat yourself and set it to 6:05. You deserve it. I think I found the other half literally only a couple posts away. Pizza Hut once made a delivery to the International Space Station in 2001. They paid the Russians $1 million to transport the pizza. That's still cheaper than these Uber Eats fees. I've been losing my mind at this stupid cat for the past 3 days. Good news, everyone. Potatoes are better than human blood for making space concrete bricks, scientists say. Have they tried a third thing? Game console add-ons in the 1980s. Game console add-ons in 2030. Your feedback is important to us. We've set up a suggestion box. The suggestion box. Game finally adds a feature the community requested for years. Feature is behind a paywall. Obsessed with the way my girlfriend holds burgers. Like she just picked up a wounded pigeon. 21 to 35 years old. How is life? Constantly. Me, trying to not have a bad day. A bad day trying to have me. Just one question. How much is rent? Kylie Jenner got a diamond-encrusted Rolex for graduating high school. What did you get? Accepted into college. 10 million cash. Or sleep here for 10 days. 10 million? What? I have finally done this. The adult stage in the life cycle of bread. Behold, the American education system. Me, takes a bite out of Big Mac. Apple Store employees. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to win. Bro really stuck out his tongue when you find an onion ring in your french fries. Another satisfied client. He wanted pizza in the corner, man. Much like the phoenix, a new dad shall rise from the sawdust reborn. You know things are getting bad when they security tag cheese. Movies/TV having old characters. Actors willing to continue working well into their retirement years. I hate working at Amazon, man. This is the 6th time today I had to pick these. Hawk tour, spit on that thing. Big lamp, lamp, lamp. It has never been easier to be in the top 5% of people. Studies have shown that 95% of people over 30 years old will never sprint again. Scott's so disgusted by Twitter users' cheese and chocolate toast that he reports it to the police. One thing about me, I'm gonna be a sweetie. Can I hear a second thing about you? Second thing about me, I'm a nasty sicko man. This place low-key playing some bangers. Gotta Shazam the church. What is the best response to? I smashed your mum. Oh, did you get bored of disappointing your own parents? I got an extra controller for you. The extra controller. This is a real sign in the Paris catacombs. Do not pet skull. If you pet the skull, it will run towards you and kill you. How bro feels after saying, ladies first, to me when holding the door. Nobody beats Goku. Nobody. Goku has canonically died multiple times. Garfield hasn't even bled. What do you get when you mix an insomniac, a dyslexic, and an agnostic? Someone who stays up all night wondering whether or not there is a dog. Are you serious? This octopus candle holder that my sister handmade in a pottery studio. Tell your sister good Good job. For those of you who don't get it, there, pointing, there, person, me, is running 10 minutes late. Every single traffic light in the world decides to go red. I love your videos. Wrong chat/channel. Sorry, do not ping me, ever. I'm sorry. People who get mad about Discord pings are so funny. You are not that important. Dying because it was dark, so I left home with soap instead of my AirPods. That was the saddest and most miserable attempt at a twerk I've ever seen. Even with all that cake, he has no idea on how to bake. Nintendo Switch. Real water drinkers know that these hit different when someone puts a fresh one in your enclosure. I'm calling the police. My crush accepting. Me asking my crush out. My friend who was jokingly daring me. Let's do something today. No, you are tired. Oh boy, an early night then. Also, no. Your location, Shrek's Pizza. 7 days. It's worth it for Shrek's Pizza. When you're walking up a stair but you're behind a woman. Yes, staircase. The Lord of the Track. Return of the Drift King. Everyone, how's life going? What 14-year-olds think the one hair on their chin looks like. Homemade multi-purpose liquid. Don't bother. You are years behind my research. What country is not nearly as bad as the media portrays it to be? Antarctica. The media makes out that it's very cold over there, but that situation is improving. Self-defense clubs for ladies in 1850, London. Ain't staying over at this girl's crib no more. She got prongles and Dr. Perky. Child eats whole watermelon, including rind, at cricket match. You see a scientist wearing this, and you know they're going to be unhinged as hell. Does the jar pit match the japes? When the Walmart lady asked why I needed so much antifreeze, apparently fruit punch for the trick-or-treaters was not the correct answer. Historian. Due to the technology of the time, this artifact should have been impossible to create. Therefore, it must have been made by aliens. The extremely skilled craftsman that spent probably years to make it. Brave man helps to shield speed cameras from the blazing hot sun. Not all heroes wear capes. Just because you have the money doesn't mean you have to spend it. You're supposed to be saving. Dude, is that green face? Awesome, it's 5 p.m. Only 40 years left. Being a musician is so funny. It's like, bro, this hook sucks, I'm gonna starve. Replace musician with fisherman. Not so funny now, is it? Said I was a vegetarian at the party, and this is what they gave me. They love having me over. Remember Hedwig? He thought it would be okay to drink and fly. He got arrested. Don't be a Hedwig. These infographics don't work on me, because my takeaway is always that 17 donuts isn't as bad as I thought. 17 donuts equal this one coffee drink. When you're happy, you enjoy the music. When you're sad, you understand the lyrics. Baby shark doo doo. I'm just gonna say it. People hate pineapple on pizza because of the internet. OMG, a notification, hi. At everyone. Showing this to a 2012 Marvel fan is the equivalent of giving a medieval child a Cheeto. I'm never going to parties again, bro. These dudes brought in 112 shaboing boings. I thought you booked the hotel. I'm just praying for you twos to file for bankruptcy. Flies past. Just moved. What's this little space for? Perfect place to shred. Soda fountain for when you get thirsty. All bedding should have these. Short side, long side. Yesterday I said to my kindergarteners, "Alright, my little noodles." And one of the boys whispered to himself in wonder, "I'm spaghetti?" He said, "I'm watching Wife Swap, and it's a hunting family versus a raw food vegan family." The vegan's wife thought she was being slick, like, "Oops, forgot to thaw the meat, looks like no meat for dinner." This guy went in the backyard and shot a rabbit. I would have been so good at being a peasant. You're probably wondering how he ended up in this situation. You really gotta not give a damn about anything. Just to be in the crib eating Oreo cream. The Facebook logo makes more sense now, because the giant F on an app called Facebook didn't make sense before. Thank God we have discovered this. I was so confused, but I am now enlightened. Apple releases the new iPhone 16. So what's new in it? Apple, I don't know. Me. How do I get faster at cycling? Google. Eat better, train your muscles and ride regularly. Bing. Coke and Mentos. She put her ears on sport mode. Is this allowed? I think it's legal in certain states. We need a bigger bed if the kids are going to be sleeping in it. Parents everywhere. Children sleeping in the bigger bed. Asmongold revealed he wanted to end his life after high school, but forgot about the idea after WoW's second expansion dropped. Gaming saves lives. A moth got into the bathroom, so a hunting party was formed. Hell no, they got my package rolled up like a quarter pounder with cheese meal. So-called free-thinking wizards when they see their familiar doing a big stretch. Ooh, big stretch. Babe, I'm so hungry. Male lions. Female lions. Go play with the cubs while we hunt. Olympic sprinter reveals the Naruto run is slower and more dangerous than regular run. Lies. Deception. They're just trying to gatekeep speed from us. Hi, mummy, I miss you. She's busy right now, little bro. She's cheating on you with Hubert. No, bro, she just needs a real man who brings out her little princess side and her dirty side. Name 3 deodorant brands. Spider's watching me set up spider decorations after killing their brother. Halloween is really an interesting time. This dragon attacks your city. Who are you calling? Donkey? Yeah, it's something Donkey can handle. I'm not equipped like he is. My therapist gave me this and said, that's you. This would have pissed me the hell off. I'm not a bird in a cage, especially when the cage isn't even a cage. Do you guys remember my Rowley? Just moved into my new crib. What y'all think? Fire. I think the crafting table needs to be closer to the bed though. Nothing is more adorable than Patrick trying to put bunny ears on SpongeBob, even though he has no fingers. How the hell did SpongeBob do that with his arms? They're not that long, are they? Just cats that don't want to see the vet. Hollywood. We need an actor who can play the role of a villain, who is always impeccably calm, yet also meticulously pragmatic and ruthless. Casting directors. Say no more. Michael Jackson's chimpanzee Bubbles is still alive at 40 years old and living at the center for great apes in Florida. Imagine going from living at Neverland and touring the whole world to sitting in a center in Florida with a bunch of broke monkeys. How to scare your girlfriend. Buy ketchup. Spill it all on yourself on the floor. Knife your throat. Wait, you will be best friends with the dragon, and he/she will make you more powerful, but you will have to do the deed with them once a week. And check what this guy's name is. Not even surprised. Dragon PP. Continue to make good tech like they used to. Make expensive crap with little difference to the model that came before. Are you Apple or Android? Let me know. Never end your life. The Earth looks beautiful from up there. In 2017, there was a global search to find a mate for Jeremy, a rare, left coiling snail, because his shell coiled counterclockwise in the opposite direction of typical snails. His sex organs could not align with others. 2 candidates were found, but they proceeded to mate with each other instead of Jeremy. Why can't you be normal? I hope her parents burn in hell. You killed a sparrow and drank its blood. If my daughter killed a bird and started drinking its blood, I'd also be a little bit mad. My granddad doesn't like cats, and my cat wanted to make friends. Oreo has constructed an asteroid-proof bunker in Norway to store their recipes and their cookies in case of an apocalypse. Well, I know where I'm going if there's an apocalypse. Straight to the Oreo bunker. When I ask for a drink, this is exactly how I want it. I let this kid pay for his order with V-Bucks. I want the Loot Lake lifeguard shirt in a size large. Can I pay for my order with a 2300 V-Buck card? It's worth $22.99. Sure man, why not? Send me your address and the V-Buck code. Thanks, can't wait for my shirt. Dumb Ways to Die and Happy Tree Friends will collab in a new episode coming soon. Big day for people in their 20s who grew up with unrestricted internet access. My wife paid £50 for this bed for our indoor rabbit, and this is what he sleeps in every night. It's a dust by forced to be Gen Z, born to be Gen Sigma. Sigma starts in 2267. Hydroplaning is a mindset. My tires got wet and I have to drive into a tree now. Be a man. Boomers. It's so sad. Okay, this is for a video meme video, not this one. If I was this dude, I would mumble stuff under my breath all day long and then just deny it. Rare find. Cat still in the original packing. Who did this? Yet another amateur art restorer in Spain has absolutely demolished a once beautiful artwork. Art restoration is my passion. 3,000 years ago? Didn't even think anyone was alive then. I'm sure this man on the Olympics said they started 3,000 years ago. It's only 2012, so how would that work? What? The Olympics have been going on for 3,000 years? There's only been 2012. This isn't your everyday average stupid. This is advanced stupid. Oh, Fatima. I hope in our next lives we can be reunited. Not as my Walmart chat representative, but as a kindred spirit who sees me for who I am. I will be honest with you. You have been the most calm and understanding customer I have dealt with today. You have a beautiful heart. I hope all customers are like you. If there is anything else I can assist you with, I'll be more than happy to help you. I love you. Thank you. Netflix tells it like it is. In this lower budget alternative to Happy Feet, young Pingo the Penguin discovers he can do something no other penguin can do. Tap dance. Untitled. Recovered. Wow, thank you so much Windows for recovering this drawing of Chester the Cheetah. Without it, I don't know what I would have done. To prove people will argue about anything. Here is a rock. No, that's a branch.
No, that's a stick. No, that's protons.
Terrified tourists fled for their lives as 4 armed men fired at a man outside a luxury 5-star resort in Cancun. My cousin's boss went to Cancun a few years back. He doesn't speak Spanish, but said it wasn't really an issue at the resorts. Are you okay? Thanks for this very valuable information from your cousin's boss. How to protect your house in a zombie apocalypse. A bunch of treadmills. After years of hard work and saving, I was finally finally able to afford my own place today. Your mum is so slow. It took her 9 months to make a joke. We gathered all TikTokers in one house. Understood. Happy 75th birthday to my mum and dad. Wait, they have their birthdays on the same day? That's cute. Obviously, since they are twins. If poison expires, is it no longer poisonous or is it more poisonous? Bae, come over. I can't right now. I'm experiencing an ethical dilemma. My entire family isn't home. I know. 2 years together and not a single argument. Nice blow up doll. So I'm mentally a child, but physically I'm mostly an adult. What do you mean green and red? This is straight up red. Discovering a new species as a biologist, scuba diver, astronaut, me stands up to stretch, caregiver who has been pushing me around in my wheelchair for 15 years. Conjoined twins Abby and Brittany look unrecognizable now. Unrecognizable? How many people with 2 heads do you know? None, actually. Unemployment benefits application. Occupation? Burglar. Reason for unemployment? Everyone is home. Me staring into the corner of my room at night, pretending I can see a ghost. The ghost, wondering how I see it. This has happened at least once. Moral of the story, we don't need police. That's what a serial killer would say. Exactly. A man decided to cover up the tattoo of his ex-wife. At least it may have more meaning now. To prove he was home alone, I would like to present my client's internet search history from that evening. I'd rather just confess to the murder. Me, should I be concerned that this tomato was genetically modified? Tomato?
No.
Excuse me? They keep the humans in there. So where did you meet your new girlfriend? Online? Oh, cool. What side? Ancestry.com. You guys always act like you're better than me. But you know what? They all taste the same. Temperature is so unpredictable. Olive oil, made of olives. Vegetable oil, made of Babe, I'm gonna look for the elevator. Stairs. Yeah, it could be stairs, could be a hole. Trespassers will be prosec. Head butted. Nobody. The guy who discovered milk. Hey, this tastes pretty good. You guys should try it. Crewmate. There is one imposter up. Wait, you don't mean that other glass is not milk. It's actually love. Do you want kids? Absolutely not. Me neither. Children, we need to talk. If Home Alone happened today. Mum, Dad, hello, I'm home alone. Kevin, I'm so sorry. We just boarded, but I'll get off the plane and come home right now. The end. Me shows a picture of my girlfriend to my friend. My friend, as long as you're happy, bro. Me. German doctors are attempting to reverse death and resurrect humans. Please don't. There's a lot of people who shouldn't be brought back to life, okay? You'd save so much money on toilet paper if you were my girlfriend. Huh? Care to elaborate? Acupuncture in different cultures. China, Japan, Korea, Old Norse. People only call me ugly until they find out how much money I make. Then they call me ugly and poor. Went to church for the first time in a long time, and they passed me a bowl full of money. I'm gonna start going every week now. I told my psychiatrist that I have death thoughts, so now he's making me pay in advance. I made stew. It was awesome. I love potatoes. I love you too. Wait, what was in the stew? You, your brothers, your family. Sounds like something you'd say about a house that's definitely haunted. Not haunted. My early birthday gift from my boyfriend. And we'll pay for your tattoos and then cheat on you the same day. That's so crazy. My wife is a high school student. My wife is a man. I am my wife. Don't text my daughter again. Our daughter. She calls me daddy too. I've walked the girl I like home from the bar 4 weekends in a row, like any gentleman should, to protect her from the creeps. This weekend, I am finally going to introduce myself to her. I don't know what they're cooking, but that tummy looks happy as hell. How to prepare for a Zoom meeting. Victim, mercy. French murderer. What do you mean thank you? I know now you have to decapitate me, but it's totally worth it. Only females do that. Wait, what? My friend tried to take a nice picture at the mall. That's not a third wheeler. That's a third starer. Did 2 scam pages just hook up? You beautiful woman. You're handsome too. I'm in love with you, darling. You're so beautiful. You email your professor at 2 a.m. They respond literally a few minutes later. Someone made up dinosaur noises without even hearing them. Hey, do you know how to make a grilled cheese sandwich? No, please spare me, God. I'm innocent, I swear. So my lesbian cousin and her partner got me this for Christmas. It's pretty nice and all. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but it's not what I meant when I said I want to watch. Me, that's a nice dog you got there. Cop. Yeah, he's our new drug sniffing dog. I guess he must still be in training, huh? The cop. When you're tired of delivering to that Sunday school that never tips. Baby Groot response to Baby Yoda stealing his spotlight. I am Groot. I would use Baby Groot as firewood to keep Baby Yoda warm. Man impersonates his girlfriend at exam. Caught after biometrics fail. A small toddler is the closest thing you can have to a Pokemon. It follows you around. You love it dearly. No one else can understand what it's saying, and it is obedient only when it wants to be. The main difference is that training it to fight other toddlers is frowned upon. 2023 cannot surprise me anymore. Vin Diesel with hair. It's 2024 and this is still relevant. Me showing some old rich guy with dementia. AI generated videos of us bonding as a family, so he writes me into his will. Someone's definitely done this. Me uses knife to save ammo. The laser tag employee watching the security footage. Dentist. This is gonna hurt a little bit. Okay. I've been sleeping with your husband. When your girlfriend is kissing another dude, but you can't say anything because that's her husband. Learn cyberbullying. Online in 24 weeks. I don't want to learn cyberbullying. Or am I gonna be getting cyberbullied? Why your profile picture look like your mum? Because I look like my mum. Why does your profile picture look like your dad? Yo, chill. You get it? Because you have no profile picture. When you were in the army, did you ever kill anyone? I was a cook, so yeah, probably. Lifeguard fired for saving a man's life. What, did he try and kill him and then save his life? This is why spacing is important. I think this is funny. State of emergency, Asians near Florida. When your parents say no eating on your bed, but you find yogurt stains on their bed. The design was good, but the execution of the plan was bad. Woman married to Eiffel Tower. Got divorced because she is now in love with a fence. Her. What'd that tongue do? Me watching my best friend return my electric razor without his beard being shaved. Dad grabs a beer. What 9-year-old see? Rage spell. Dad, I should send you to the military so that you stop watching those Japanese cartoons. The military. Googling symptoms only tells you which diseases have the best SEO. Me, building sandcastles with my grandmother. Everyone else in the crematorium. Alcohol tastes like garbage. I don't know why anyone would want to drink it. Makes the loud noises go away and makes driving fun. A wall mural in a grade school cafeteria. A modern cruise ship compared to the Titanic. US man, 81, sentenced to 6 months for creating giant hybrid sheep for hunting. Hey bro, how old is your girlfriend? 41. Well, my mum is the same age. I know. A tip. When cuddling, lay down on his chest and ask him if he's ever cheated on you. Then listen to his heartbeat. Admin, delete this please. His wife's gonna find out. Whoever made it so toilet paper turns red when you're done needs a raise. Okay, Allison, that's enough internet for the day for you. Turn your phone off. Do not pity the dead, Harry. Pity the living. And above all else, pity those that look at the top right corner. You bastard. Couple allegedly seeking divorce arrive in court in matching outfits. They're literally made for each other. What aren't people talking enough about? How 70 to 80-year-olds are generally regarded as unemployable due to the mental decline / skill mismatch, yet they're exclusively running the country. Please satanize your hands here. I finally got my average resting heart rate down to 65 beats per minute. Only 65 more to go. If you earned $100,000 per week, every week since Jesus died and saved it all, there would still be 91 Americans richer than you today. Why are 15-year-olds so angry? Because the world is a bad place and 15 is around the age that people start to realize that. Actually, this is very accurate. Hunters, please use caution when hunting. Pedestrians using walk trails. Aliens invade. Earthlings, we have killed your leaders, destroyed your economy, and are here to take over your government. Humans, oh thank God. Wait, what? I had an ex-boyfriend threaten to punish my nudes when we broke up. So I published them myself with his threatening messages and tagged all of his friends, relatives, and potential new girlfriends. I think the boy still has whiplash from that plot twist. That's actually a really good idea. It's sad that you kind of had to do that, but damn. Can anyone recognize these earbuds? I lost the model in box a while ago. Hey Italy, how is tourism going? Aussie groom runs naked through historic Italian town before being lynched by locals. Excuse me? What? Beware of invisibility. 2020. 6 months down, 3 to go. I'm surprised we survived 2020. What is the first letter in the English alphabet? C-A-D-B. I don't know. If Pokemon were real, I'm pretty sure at least 30% of you would be in jail, and not for the whole fighting thing. Problem solved. You're just getting rid of the man. Enjoy. Me showing the cashier my 100% off discount coupon. How can Ant-Man breathe if he is smaller than oxygen atoms? Think outside the box. People born with a brain. Hey sweetie, I'm at work. Dinner is on the stove. You have to light it. The gas is already turned on. Americans start using the metric system. They only use it to measure the diameter of bullets. Today at the clinic, I told a patient not to eat fast when we saw each other at McDonald's during lunch. My boyfriend went to his ex's house and they got into a fight and that crazy lady scratched the hell out of him. I'm just glad he's okay. Hey, you going to sleep? Yes, now shut up. What if all other people are just NPCs and you are the only one actually real? Me taking one last look at the party before leaving the gas stove on and leaving. Halloween costume idea, gradual mutation. Wear a lab coat to the party and chat about your experiments on crocodiles. Every hour, go to the bathroom and apply more scaly makeup. Ask people for meat. At the end of the night, put a lab coat on a crocodile and let it loose. What if we used 100% of the brain? Teenager is arrested after buying PlayStation 4 for £8 by weighing it in the fruit section and paying for £6 of food at the self-service till. Self-driving cars aren't even that hard to make. Just program it not to hit stuff. If going to hit stuff, don't. Hello, this is the captain speaking. We are currently flying over 30,000 feet. People with a foot fetish. The library is now selling free coffee for $1. Free is not $1. Inflation is crazy. Dear sir, so they're resigning? Bye-bye, sir. Yours faithfully. Daughter. Michael said he's mad at you. Me? Who's Michael? My imaginary friend. Lol, I had an imaginary friend named Michael too, but I forgot about him when I grew up. I know. You do? That's why he's mad at you. Maybe he's not imaginary. Doctor, you need to eat to be healthy. No, the last patient who didn't change their diet after I suggested it died. Oh my goodness. In a plane crash? That sounds unrelated. I'm the one that crashed it. Just got sent a free NFT from my doctor. This is the future. Non-functioning testicle. Boss, the starting salary is 40k. It can go up to 80 later on. Me. Okay, then I'll start later on. No, this isn't how you're supposed to play the game. Meme. The real reason why most high schoolers don't chug a gallon of bleach when they get home. Cheers, I'll drink to that, bro. I called my boyfriend using my friend's phone. He picked the call up and said, "Hi baby." He knew it's me even when I didn't speak a word. True love exists. The best bread joke of 1891. Have you any bread? Why yes, would you like some? I should say so. It's the least you could do. Stabs fellow one with dull bread knife. Take care of your mental health. Talk about your feelings. Keep active. Eat potato. Nature is beautiful. Wow. I've never seen a horse like the one on the bottom left. Every movie tells about smuggling a cell phone into prison. No one tells you about how they charge it. Actually, yeah, good point. I asked my cellmate and he doesn't know the answer either. It just happens. And now I will add in Minecraft to avoid a prison sentence. It was at that moment when I discovered why the vent wasn't working. A fake vent. That's crazy. A Utah mum wrote a kid's book about grief after her husband's death. Now she's charged with his murder. What's easy to get but difficult to get rid of? Kids. Been dating the same girl for 5 years and I always keep her picture in my wallet. Whenever I face difficulties in life, I take out my wallet and stare at her picture. It comforts me knowing that if I can survive being in a relationship with this psycho, I can survive anything. Nursing school doesn't prepare you for the number of elderly patients who will casually confess to decades-old murders. I saw a 4-year-old girl crying all alone. Are you okay? I asked her. Do you know where your mummy and daddy are? No, she sobbed. I love doing volunteer work at the orphanage. Eventually, there will be a baby who can withstand the 145-degree interior of an aging minivan. It's called evolution. We just have to, I don't think. Big Mac, 1980 versus 2024 prices. $1.20, $5.31. How did you manage to make a photo of fresh burgers, one from 1980 and one from 2024? My nephew just said to me, is wind made from birds flapping their wings? He's so adorable, isn't he? Wrong. My nephew's 24. When your homie is getting married, and you know it should have been you in that dress instead of her. Liquor store assistant. Hey, do you need help? Me. Yes, I decided to come here instead. There was a kid at my high school that spent all of his time pretending to be a Pikachu. One day, we heard screams coming from the field behind the high school. We all ran to see what was going on. The kid had decided to evolve into a Raichu. Guys be 21 dating a 15-year-old. Like, I'm a FaceTime her. Yeah, you're gonna FaceTime alright? Yeah, I will eat fast food for lunch and dinner. What's the worst that could happen? The fast food inside my stomach. And that's why you're sick. Me looking at bro after he said watch this drift. Her. I like guys who think about the future. Him. I drank pineapple juice before this date. What? I put this old fridge outside with a sign saying free. 3 days and nobody touched it. So I changed the sign to $50. It was stolen that night. This is the world's smallest window. Smaller than the palm of an adult's hand. Its true function is still unknown. Does it move? Yes. Should it? Yes. No. Duct tape. No problem. No. Should it? Yes. No. No problem. WD-40. Spits out mouthful of blood. It's gonna take a lot more than that to kill me. Dentist. For the love of God, just floss. Not a single cell phone or camera. Just people enjoying the moment. And one of them is not enjoying it. My hot flight attendant asked how I liked my coffee. Trying to sound cool, I told her I like my coffee how I like my women. And that's when she told me, that's cute honey, but the coffee's free. You don't have to pay for it here. What a great show effect they had in 1939. People who don't know and people who know. Whatever that snow is, I forgot what it's called, causes cancer and problems. During a video call, I realized that my coworker had an extremely high quality webcam. I asked her about it and she said she regularly streams. I asked for her Twitch ID and she said, what's Twitch? Oh, Twitch isn't the only platform, but I can see why you'd be surprised. pretty sure I just received the best fake ID of my bartending career. A girl handed me my missing license from 2 years ago. She couldn't tell it was you, it's only been 2 years, really? This is my dad when he married my mum. I asked him, why were you dressed like this to the wedding? And he said, your mum invited me to the wedding, but she didn't tell me who. Have you ever avoided taking an ambulance because you could not afford it? The ambulance is not your taxi to the hospital. What in the goddamn hell is it then? Kaka's ex-wife revealed the reason she divorced him was because he was too perfect of a husband. Kaka never betrayed me. He treated me well. He gave me a wonderful family, but I was not happy. Something was missing. The problem was, he was too perfect for me. So guys can't even be perfect anymore. Half of the people in the world wipe sitting down, and the other half wipe standing up. 90% of them don't realize the other group exists. The biggest plot twist since I don't know what this is. 1 star. Hi Phil, you are not one of our customers. Your wife is one of our competitors' close friends. Why review us 1 star when you have never been? Also, you passed away 2 years ago, Phil. I hate when my girlfriend turns into the moon, but then you can see her every day. Well, every night. I got a military discount at a restaurant wearing this. Cool cement idea. The FBI planted microphones in the cement. You must tear down all cement structures or they will get you. You are being gang stalked. I'm 21 and my daughter is 15. Her teachers never take me seriously. Whoa. 21 and 15, what the fuck? Girls, guys never get our hints. Girls hints. 2024, 2024, 0024. Okay, it's 2024, has to be. Or 0044. Do you like someone? Yeah, you. I have a boyfriend. Yeah, sorry, you. I typed it wrong. Oh, haha, thank God. Yeah, no, I'm single and don't really like anyone right now. Our daughter lost her first tooth. I know, she won't touch my PlayStation again. What? What? Oh God, a shark. We're done for. Relax, you're more likely to get killed by a cow than a shark. Oh, okay. But it's never impossible. I think something went wrong with the subtitles. Night, night, dipsh. I can't finish without my red crown. Don't cry, son. Here you go. I'm finished. The inventor of the printer was a very special kid. Actual superheroes. They killed my dad. The kid on the left talked first. I remember that first million. I called my mum and cried over the phone. I was 25. Made my first million at 23. The olive branch was given to me by a guy that was 26 at the time. At 22, I made my first million effortlessly. When people decide to disrespect me because I am according to DM, a common O-up, I shake my head and laugh. Bro's been buying me drinks all night. What a nice guy. He's not a nice guy. If you're watching a movie with your parents and a sex scene comes on, give it a second, then look at your parents and say, is this the kind of disgusting filth you two are into? You just changed the balance of power forever. When the toxic player ends up in first place in an online multiplayer match, he's been server muted by the system for being too salty. Definitely not me anyway. Me, tests negative. The scientists conducting the IQ test. Babe, did you ever cheat on me? No, I would never do that. I have an image that says the opposite. It was only a kiss, I promise. I'm sorry. The opposite. On Halloween we dress up as skeletons, but every other day of the year our skeletons dress up as us. Cop, you know you have the right to remain silent, right? Lisa, I can't believe how easy it is to get cigarettes in this country. Deer population is controlled by releasing wolves into an area. All problems should be solved that way. Too much pollution? Release wolves into factories. Dislike Congress? Wolves. Want to lose weight? That's right, wolves. Blow my mind. There are more Minecraft chest combinations than atoms in the universe. Lawyer admits, pooping the bed is not the worst thing Amber Heard has ever done, but it's a solid 2. What's the first? Oh, abuse Johnny Depp? Me, looking at the F my kid got for the math homework I solved. Problem solved, I guess. We plan to cut all homeless people in half by 2025. Never buying Gatorade again. A 5-pound bucket of horse electrolytes from Tractor Supply. Never getting hungover again, or being iron deficient. I am the boss. Sipping on half of a horse's dose, and I feel great. My skin is tingling. Robin Hood hands over stolen fortune. Here you are, my poor friend. Wow, I'm rich. Robin narrows eyes. You're what? In high school, I was placed in the English bottom class, where a teacher said to my face, I would never make it as a writer. Today, 25 years later, after uncountable knockbacks from almost every publisher, I'm ecstatic to finally be able to announce that teacher has died. At least I'm not trying to be a rapper. People are always asking me how I came up with the name. Well, when I was 11, my older brother and I were really into pranks. One day, he got me good with some chocolate-covered pieces of cat poop. I ate 3 pieces, and my family has called me Cat Turd ever since. What the hell kind of document did they send me? Could open it with Plague Ink? My son dropped my iPhone 15 Pro Max, which I just bought last week and cracked the phone slightly. Still in working condition, but decided to sell it off cheap. Below are the specs. DM me if keen. 12 years old, American. Male. Speaks English and Spanish. Price, negotiable. Seagull species in serious decline, says experts. South Africa will bomb invasive mice eating seabirds alive. What the hell? When the Demogorgon is attacking you, but you realize it's over 6 feet tall. Why does it have abs? Okay. Rich kids are different. I just saw this TikTok where this lady said that in her daughter's school, the children were busy comparing airport lounge food and the quality, and the one child started crying. They cried so much the school counselor was called because they thought the child was crying because he flies economy and hasn't been to the airport lounge. Turns out the reason this child has never experienced food from a private airport lounge is because his family always flies on private jets. He was too rich to relate. This is not real. No way. The werewolves have toe beans? Of course they have toe beans. What else do you suck on? If there is a god, mine is surely a trickster, giving me the miracle of sight and of comprehension, only for me to be cursed to use it on what you just said. I want to decompose in a bog. Well, you clearly don't know the first thing about bogs, clout chaser. In the bog is like the opposite of decomposition. Gets pickled, idiot. This man caught the Google Maps bus and dabbed down the entire length of this street. Florida man wears screw the police shirt to court and wins the case. I walked into health and screamed. And the teacher goes, you're the 7th person today. They're CPR dummies. Jesus. They're calling to mother for food. Just realized that King Kong was a legendary simp for sacrificing himself to a woman he can't even do the deed with. Why does asking for money back that you're owed for like a crime? Nah, never was a problem for me. I used to lend money in high school. If they didn't pay, I'd pop their kneecaps with my revolver. Alright, who the hell thought it was funny to steal my door handle in Daytona? Just stole some door handle off this ugly wide Mustang. Who wants it? Tap in. Told this girl I missed her, and she replied with, oh, guys, what zone is this? Ozone. This guy had checks of him and his new wife printed so he could write alimony checks to his ex. Windows. Doors. Sometimes when my girl makes me mad, I upload pictures with her forehead edited to be slightly bigger. Went into a mall that was pretty much abandoned today, and they put mannequins on the non-functional escalators just to make my shopping experience that much more apocalyptic. Man who tried to cross ocean in human hamster wheel is banned from the sea. Take your smileys from normal to unsettling in just one easy step by putting just a little too much effort into the eyes. Okay, but there's over the top. Then there's this cake. This is where the Great Wall of China ends, so you can just go around it. I've hit 2 deer in a month while commuting to work, and my boss thought it would be funny to put this on my backup camera in the rental car I'm driving. I nearly pooed myself. Could be the greatest thing I've ever seen. Things I hate. Vandalism, lists, irony, lists, repetition, inconsistency. This song makes me want to order a Lego set without my parents' permission. This is a good reason to always carry sidewalk chalk in the car. I'm so mad about this, I'm gonna sidewalk chalk about it. Is an impulse that speaks to me. 9-year-old me after saying bad morning to the teacher. Fan who had a stroke uses first words in 3 months to abuse rival football team. Woman arrested for calling her ex-boyfriend 77,000 times in a week. I can just imagine the conversation with her right before the officer to get into her holding cell. Is there anyone who you want to phone call? Can I call my boyfriend? 2 years ago, I chased down a Google truck. Now it's permanently on the internet. There's a lot to discuss here. It's the American-Canadian border. When I was in 8th grade, this kid used to ask to use the bathroom all the time just to leave class. He didn't really have to go. One day the teacher said, just pee in your pants, and he said, okay, and did it, right there and there at his desk. I'll never forget you, Jason. That was badass. I went to the Rainforest Cafe, and our table was right next to that thing. I mean, how can you eat when that thing is looking at you like that? Maybe it's just hungry. Have you tried feeding it? Minions are all male because they're stupid and dumb, says their creator. Guy joined Zoom class shirtless, and the tutor told him to turn off his video. And so he did, and it just displays his profile picture of him shirtless at the beach. An embroidered QR code jacket patch brought me here. Colorado runner kills mountain lion with bare hands after it attacked him. Imagine putting a cougar in a triangle choke on your morning jog. I'd smack talk forever. So me and my boyfriend wanted to see what our future baby would look like. And let me tell you, we paid 99 cents for a baby generator. When I see really attractive people, I just laugh because I know if we lived in the Aztec culture, they'd be sacrificed to the gods for their beauty. That's a very strange way of coping with not being really attractive. Works for me. What's the most unprofessional thing you've done at work? I once ordered a pizza, made a delivery order. I was the driver, then pretended like I was going to drop it off, but really I went home and ate it. Am I the only one that finds it weird that I can transfer data from my brain to someone else's by opening my mouth and pushing air with vibrations in their direction? Yeah, I have a mini skeleton and you don't. I remember one time my homie got a girl's number that worked at McDonald's once, and this idiot sent her a text the next day saying, "Good morning," and she left him on red. My grade 8s asked me how many boyfriends I've had in my life, so I started counting. When I reached 4, one kid shouted, "She's made for the streets." My friend just waited 20 minutes for the employee to leave just to do this. Arguably goated bug. Not scary at all and low-key kinda cute. Just chills and eats plants and stays in its own lane. Not arguably, that is a goated bug. Every year on my birthday, I take a bite out of this windowsill because I get so excited. I have been asked so many times in my comments, especially on YouTube, to go to hell. Now as I am here, it's a lot colder than expected and everyone is really nice. I don't know what all the fuzz is about. Cat needs glucose drip. After mating with 5 females in a single night, the police just pulled me over. He came to my windows and said, "Papers?" I said, "Scissors." I went and drove off. I think he wants a rematch because he's been chasing me for 45 minutes. Safety standards in the 1960s. I didn't know it was this bad. Cobra bites man. Man bites back and kills Cobra. What do you expect, Cobra? We're not gonna take it anymore, okay? I need to delete this app. Reddit or Tinder? Yes. He actually did it. The madman. I saw a guy at Starbucks today. No iPhone, no tablet, no laptop. He just sat there, drinking his coffee, like a psychopath. This would make a cool background. Local fox mum teaches her kids how to scream at fish. 2 days ago, I named my Wi-Fi to Hack It If You Can. Yesterday, it was changed to Challenge Accepted. I was about to pay my rent and my unborn son handed me this cash and said, "Mom, it's time for me to start carrying my own weight around here. I got this." I love my son. My dad just called me to tell me he went viral on Twitter. He was serious. I asked him how many likes he said. He got 30. So I've been doing this fun thing recently where I take cool pictures of my friends and reverse Photoshop them onto a green screen. I consider myself a visionary and pioneer. Kid pulled my wings off. This actually made me really upset. Well, why wouldn't it? You cut off the poor guy's wings. Their name is Kid on Tumblr. Found this YouTuber who traps his villagers like zoo exhibitions and made his visitors change into children uniforms for the tour. Oh, it's almost like a zoo is prison. My husband apologized 3 times for putting my water glass in the dishwasher. And now I'm wondering what kind of monster I am. Overheard neighborhood story. First person. My husband goes out and hoots at the owl every night around 8 and it answers. Second person. My husband goes out and hoots at the owl every night around 8 and it answers. They're both the owl. I won a lifetime supply of donuts, up to a dozen per day, at a local bakery, and it lasted 2 years until the original owner died and his son took over the business. So it was a lifetime supply, just not yours. His lifetime. I should have told you that. You would have done everything to keep him alive. Who else peels this? I would peel my strawberries, but it would take too long. I'm not convinced these two don't drive around together just to make everyone laugh because I know I would. So number plate left, peekaboo. And the number plate on the right, I see you. My 6-year-old asked if spiders can swim, and I'm too afraid to Google the answer just because if they can, I just don't see myself swimming ever again. Daniel Radcliffe came to aid of mugging victim. Please no, I have a family. Mugger, who's gonna save you? Harry Potter? Daniel, emerging from the shadows. Oh, you guessed it, buddy. I am pretty upset thinking about chickens today. What the hell kind of soup do they eat when they get sick? Human soup? You don't know this? Pretty normal. Movie theater employees hate this simple life hack. Hungry, but you don't want to pay for cinema food because it's a ripoff? Just put pasta in your wallet. I just heard 2 kids playing outside and one goes, "I do not fear the dark side." Then another kid goes, "You should." And then I just hear a whack noise and crying. This isn't my Reddit account. My coworker has left himself logged in at work and now I'm posting on his behalf. Sorry, I'll log you out after this. Man spends 2 years building tunnel from house to shed to avoid rain. Mind reading brain implant allows paralyzed man, 34, who can't speak or move to communicate with family for the first time in years. And one of his first requests is for a beer. So in character. Buy 365 knit identical, solid colored shirts that range through the entire color spectrum in a loop. It will appear as though you wear the same color shirt every day, but in photos from previous months, you'll be wearing a completely different color. I'm so in. AirPods ain't enough. I need the music in my bloodstream. First person to tell me what animal this is gets 500 awards. Capybara, my man. He actually got 500 awards. 20 girls in my dorm legitimately hate me because when they asked the group me where a party was, I gave them the address to Wendy's and they went. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. If you look to the right side of the aircraft, you will notice Flight 198 challenging us to a race. I've turned the fasten seatbelt back on because this is about to get real. Discord, I'm experiencing a strange bug. I ask my friends if they want to call and then their profile Discord goes offline? Yeah, Discord went offline. What's the creepiest monster you've ever encountered in a game? Microtransactions? Waffle House customer cooked his own food while overnight staff was sleeping. Never going to Supercuts again. I asked them to give me a trim, and look what they did to me. That's a trim, just not the type of trim you wanted. Why is there a literal cube of snow downtown? Mind your business. People who actually used a pen from start until it lost ink without losing them. How the hell did you do it? My friend has so many pens, I can't even count them all. She uses them all until there's no ink. I asked her the same thing. She said, simple, I'm not stupid. And I've never been more offended in my life. That's your first comment in 4 years. Took me a while to figure out what I wanted to say. Very wise. My brother discovered that if you order a shake at Sonic and ask them to put a corn dog in it, they will in fact do it. I thought she was wearing a black dress with her hands on her hips. That's called the Colonel Sanders look. This guy wants to be mad but can't. So I come in here a few months ago and bought this, and the antenna's already falling off. Can I just upgrade to an Apple? My roommate tried telling me I'm schizophrenic, but joke's on him. I don't even have a roommate. Ha ha ha! My husband insisted he got a custom sword for our wedding, and all the men in the room were in awe of him that day. A month and a half into quarantine, and the herbs are no longer mixed. I'm glad people spent their time well over quarantine. What are people's best responses / comebacks to when someone tells you that they smashed your mother? At least I know someone has disappointed her more than me. Minneapolis ice cream truck plays extreme metal, serves no ice cream, metal truck. A Nigerian man tried climbing onto an aeroplane's wing to hitch a free ride. Security? Was everyone sleeping like out of a movie? Me realizing that my ex cheating on me with his own mother is something that I should probably go to therapy for, and not something that I just joke around with my friends about. The first act of racism my brother ever experienced was my dad filming the wrong Asian boy during his whole school play. The airport security officer looking at me after I whispered, "Don't be a hero," in his ear. But did your prom date run 5.5 miles to ask you? Damn, that's commitment. I overheard my buddy's neighbor say she had a bad day, so I anonymously sent her a meat lover's pizza. She's a vegan, and I hate her guts. Tonight while I was umpiring 9 and under baseball, a little kid struck out and started to cry on his way to the dugout, and his teammates went to pick him up, and he goes, "Guys, I'm fine. I'm just crying so my mum will buy me ice cream." My husband keeps challenging himself to make the smallest origami crane he can, and it's kind of getting ridiculous. I turned 20 and my daughter turns 1 today. We have the same birthday. Look at what my dad did. I plugged the Apple in instead of my phone. How tired are you? Bin man fuming at no shorts rule. Turns up for work in heatwave wearing high-vis kilt. Okay, I got a question. When you're laying down, do you ever just put your hand up for no reason? No, just me. I've been building my son's trust for 2 years with high fives. Today I'm gonna hit him with the too slow. Welcome to the real world, son. I put the Sony PlayStation licensing sticker on my Nintendo 3DS. I've been photoshopping Skeletor into my family vacation pictures for over a decade. My wife never noticed. One of her friends finally pointed it out, and it ruined my fun. My dog just farted on my phone. What do I do? Please help. Fart on your dog. Establish yourself as an alpha male. Things that will always sound sarcastic. Good for you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, right. Nice to know. Wow, way to go. Totally okay, buddy. Not if you say man at the end. Okay, buddy, man. I might have not thought that last one through. I got called a boomer by an annoyed 13-year-old. Boomer. Look at their name. Without using numbers, how old are you? 31. Now listen here. Absolute myth that us young people are the rooted generation. Just offered a prehistoric dinosaur my seat, and she replied, "I've got legs, you know." Haha, you won't in a minute, you old bat. My professor's got jokes. Final exam. The link is a Rick roll. You're living in it, baby. Does Oppenheimer have a post-credit scene? Men can literally have an apartment that looks like this and not see a problem. Nobody likes moon pies. Yes, they do. Oh, so sales are booming? Yep. They should call you Moon Bai because nobody likes you. They should call you Kayla because that's how it's supposed to be spelled. Kayla. Announcing to my entire family that I am severing all ties with them, and this was my brother's response. I'm not reading all this. When two city planners hate each other, it's a square in a bigger square. I'm losing my mind over this. Which way are these stairs going? Up and down. More fake costumes I left in a Halloween store. Homeboy gave her options. How many rings do you want? 10 years ago today, I married my best friend. My wife is still still really angry about it, but me and Dave were drunk and thought it was funny. You have the ability to raise something by 1%. How do you cause the most chaos? Pi, you monster. They keep calling me crazy. Don't get sad, I am always here for you. Yo bro, they keep calling me crazy. Can you believe it? Feral kitten loves my mum's 17-year-old dog. A piece that defines a generation. AP art final. What? I want to know how my stupid sister melted the oven tray, but the chicken nuggets are just chilling. When you're a kid, one teacher walking into another teacher's classroom is the biggest crossover event reality has to offer. My physics and English teacher hated each other, and the physics teacher made a habit of getting grades back to students as quickly as possible. And one day he just walked into her classroom, and she started handing tests while she was trying to lecture. I want this song at my wedding. Now to find someone to marry. Well, married yet? Yes, married with 3 kids, a dog and a pet lizard. No, not really. I think I found her. Thanks for your comments, everyone. Aha, did the wish come true? Yes, I got married 1st of May, 2020. Thanks, everyone. I do dumb stuff like eat in the dark with my flash on. Hehe, broken arm go brrr. Cool gloves, but mine are cooler. Out of the 7.7 billion people on Earth, what do you think no one is doing right now? You? I am going to be admitted to the hospital on Monday. 3 meals a day, medicine, examinations, constant care. I will never see a bill. Universal healthcare really is a must in a modern society. Not a single usage of the letter F. Username checks out. I hate the letter F. A penny found is worth more than a penny earned, because a penny earned is taxed. When the new student from Australia is having trouble adapting to life at my US school, my roommate got broken up with by text and just disliked the message. Soft rocks. Can you imagine though? You send your enemies a rather large amount of these in various sizes. You leave no return address or explanation. They open all the boxes to discover these wondrous pillows. They are reluctant to keep them, but eventually they give in and integrate them into their homes like the above picture. After a few weeks or even months, they've gotten accustomed to having them in their home and routinely relax in a large pile of the odd pillows until one night you just take every single one back and replace them with actual rocks of the same dimensions, so that when it's time for them to relax and unwind from their day-to-day, they fall into a pile of hard, unmoving boulders. They break their spine and are paralyzed. You have won. What is wrong with you? Good news, I got a tiny printer so my family members who aren't on Twitter can enjoy my best tweets. Me. Oh wow, this shop has everything my heart desires. Spooky shopkeeper. Yes, I will warn you, every item comes with a price. Yeah, I know how shops work. Also, shout out to that one guy from my literature class that plagiarized the entirety of Finding Nemo for his final project down to every single plot point, but made Nemo a turtle and still passed. Based. Today in office fridge war crimes, someone on my floor has reported that someone stole their pickle juice. Not the pickles, just the juice. And put the dry pickles back in the fridge. Throwback to when my friend showed me his jailbroken Wii, and this was one of the playable characters in Mario Kart.
Banana, banana, knife. Hey apple, hey apple, hey apple.
When I'm hungry and my friends are taking too long to decide where to eat, my funeral, 2 identical coffins, open to display 2 identical bodies. Preacher steps up to the podium. Family and friends, it is times like these when we need to ask ourselves the difficult questions. Is it cake? Every single Friday, this kid just shows up dressed as Link. I love this school. Does he talk? He does, but whenever someone calls his name for roll call, he just goes, "Hyah!" What happened in this young man's life that made him think, damn, every Friday I'm gonna go to school dressed as Link? Perhaps a link to his past. Every night, this guy messages me what he's eating for dinner. Every single night, for 27 months straight. I just ate dinner. Just ate dinner, it was pretty good. Just ate dinner. Chick-fil-A. Stank. Chicken wing. Bit. Burger time. Ate steak. Chicken linguine. Leftovers. Children with strict parents. I ask you what was the most rebellious thing you did as a teenager. Nice try. You can't fool me into confessing, Dad. Lol, you really think your dad is using Reddit? Paranoid much? John Dillinger, a Depression-era gangster, survived a shootout with the FBI, escaped from jail using a wooden gun, robbed multiple police stations, had plastic surgery to remove his fingerprints, and changed his face, and let the government on a year-long chase, which costed them 4 times more than he had ever stolen. Someone on our server went on a bombing spree, so my friend and I decided to retaliate by encasing his entire base in a solid block of obsidian. Patty, you're a legend. What brought you to Florida? I threw a dart at the map and it landed in a trash can. Purchased a Sans Undertale plush for my classroom, and I've been torturing my students by pretending I don't know who he is. The look of pain on their faces when I tell them his name is Sam is worth every dollar I spent on him. The first step to reducing your emissions is to know where you stand. Find out your carbon footprint with our new calculator and share your pledge today. I pledge not to spill 4.9 million barrels of oil into the Gulf of Mexico. Can you pledge that, BP? I don't think so. Reese's making chocolate free or peanut butter cup. Can we get these dipped in chocolate? No, we don't want chocolate on these. I'm going to watch Doctor Who in chronological order by the time period they travel to. The worst idea I've ever heard. I love it. Huge shout out to the guy at the bar who said, I like your dress, ma'am. And when I was like, I'm a man, but thank you. He was like, oh, I like your dress, homie. I love you forever. Find out how it tastes. I tasted my deodorant for you. It was so nasty, like a banana dipped in gasoline. Why would you do this? I'm never doing that. I remember at school there was this one kid who would eat glue sticks. It costs like $500 to hire movers. And it's only $150 more to make them all wear FBI jackets. Probably like $30 with Temu. My wife asked if I had anything better to do than take a photo of my desk just because it looked like outer space. So when she went to bed, I made it into an album cover, recorded a song for it and released it worldwide, and it has 151,000 plays and a disco remix. I'm done. It's never too late to start believing in yourself. Vlad the Impaler didn't even start impaling people until his mid-30s. Your assignment has not been submitted yet. Email your assignment. Sir, I have network problem. That's your problem. Sir, I have mailed my assignment. I hope you received it. I haven't received it yet. That's your problem. Ordering a pizza at 11:30 a.m. I'm brilliant. This is my daughter and my niece's first gymnastic class. They suck. I find calm men so attractive. I love the gentle aura. A man who doesn't yell at me when he's upset. Who brings me peace and eases my anxiety. I just want to feel calm and safe with you. I am a calm man. A raging fire burns inside me. Though, and I should deem it necessary, I shall unleash it upon my enemies and they will burn in my righteous rage. Legend has it, Joe is too edgy and mysterious to reply to comments. Bringer of law debunked. My wife hates being embarrassed, so we surprised her at the airport. Welcome home from prison, mom. Why is my biggest achievement being the second picture on Google when you search mental breakdown? Just saw 3 undergrads in lockstep, carrying a mattress on their heads like ants. Homeless man. Ya got any spare change? Me. No sorry. Homeless man. You definitely have a card. Man dresses up in costumes to embarrass wife on Zoom calls. I once photoshopped Waldo out of a Where's Waldo picture and sent it to my friends. You might be hardcore, but you'll never rebuild your engine in the desert hardcore. Guy falls asleep on a road trip. Wife asks people to photoshop what he missed while sleeping. Woman in China sends 1,000 kilogram onions to ex-boyfriend to make him cry. These guys are gaming outside in the middle of the night. Man fired from job keeps turning up and getting paid for 4 more years. My neighbor's balcony is stressing me out. They're using it as storage. YouTube is a gift. We got married. Going to get my divorce papers. I love this guy. He just zips around town every day on his little bike with his macaw. Immaculate vibes. Man running from cops. Stops to pet cats. Go to jail. Priorities. Seal breaks into New Zealand home. Traumatizes cat and hangs out on couch. A mother and her 8 sons who all served and made it home. I don't know who owns this boat, but I do know they are very good at tying knots. A guy broke into my apartment last week. He didn't take the TV, just the remote. Now he drives by and changes the channels. Sick man. UK airport sniffer dogs, good at finding sausages, but not drugs. Let him have the sausages. I'm not sure how, but I obviously gave birth to myself. This is me at the age my daughter is now. Which one is you? They look like twins. A man in a hazmat suit on a hoverboard, fumigating a street. This is not quite the 2020 I was expecting. Woman hates selfies and decides to photograph herself dead all over the world. 18-year-old boy doesn't get into college. Recruiter at the mall. You'll be a soldier. Guy gets banned from his team's stadium for a year, so he rents a crane. I drew this walrus herd with mathematical equations. How big is your brain? The self-driving car problem will be solved by roads built for self-driving cars. My brother in tech. These are called trains. Unbelievable backpack to human ratio on this lad. Pilots low-key have aura when they walk past you in the airport. Tried to let one get on the escalator first and he said, no, don't worry about me. I'm in no rush. They can't go anywhere without me. I feel like going to a bar and drinking water. I did it. 4 guys versus 2 extra large pizzas. Let the games begin. Curious photographer jumps into the whirlpool to see how it looks like inside. My brother renamed himself to Zoom in a Zoom call with his teacher and requested access to the teacher's computer. The teacher saw, Zoom is requesting access to your computer, and clicked allow. Why does your brother want access to the teacher's computer? Chicago man arrested after repeatedly stealing guns off of officers using a toy dino grabber. Controversial opinion, but I don't think people should go to jail for objectively funny crimes. Pro college tip part 1. Always sit underneath something big that could fall. Petition to add nice as a redeemable code for 69 blood points. Nice. They did it. Man pours maple syrup on police. This definitely happened in Canada. The LED sign outside my school today. You should improve your security. How long can you drive in a roundabout before you get the cops called on you? 20 minutes. Yes, I tested this. One time a guy came into my bar and asked if the patio was pet friendly. And I said yes, assuming he had a dog, and then he came back with a tortoise. I went out to lunch and this dude sat at the table next to me. Thanks for the information, Daniel. I'm Daniel and my pee-pee is 2 inches long. If I mysteriously disappear, this will be why. At CIA, I'm a journalist in the UK and I have been given information. Blah 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 blah. Thank you so much, Mr. CIA. They are using something called Updog to mobilize. What's Updog? Nothing much. What's up with you? Politician goes viral after uploading over 10,000 photos on his Facebook at once. Found this picture framed at my grandma's house. Little does she know, every single one of us is giving the middle finger. Japan's cybersecurity minister admits, I've never used a computer. Great white shark photographed with massive bite mark on its body. Megalodons are real. It's so cold that even ghosts started wearing pants. My dad has all of his kids in a group chat just to say things like this. Good morning, my sperms. I was in a taxi and then the driver said, I am my own boss. Nobody tells me what to do. I then told him to turn right. Made a bookshelf for my brick collection, doing nothing for 8 hours straight. He did something at 5:89:12. Not a single engineer made it off the Titanic. They stayed and kept the power on so others could escape. Black Labrador wandering on its own if anyone has a lost one. This dude I went to school with bought billboards to try and find a wife and honestly, I respect it. I promise I'm not an F-boy. Fun fact. I'm a tall guy, so once I dressed as Slender Man for Halloween and lurked in the background of as many photos as possible during the night. I let my stream spend $30,000 with my money. I was the one who linked the $3 million diamond. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but I got sworn at by Ludwig, so it was worth it. Consider the radioactive teapot my grandmother brought into our home. Where did she get this thing from? I fixed giraffe. No, you didn't. You made them worse. Dinosaurs likely didn't roar. New research suggests scientists say they might have growled like a crocodile or honked like a goose.
Honk, honk.
Girl Scouts are ruthlessly selling right outside of a dispensary. Missed my goal yesterday by 200 steps. What's your goal? 200 steps? Jared Leto has been spotted suddenly climbing up a hotel without any type of protection in Germany. What is wrong with him? What happened to this guy? Turkmenistan's leader does donuts next to flaming crater to prove he's not dead. The European mind cannot comprehend this. We can fight at this location, so think before you speak. This should be the norm for all kinds of cashiers, and I'm not even remotely joking. In 2015, a Louisiana man named Jake Williams was arrested for riding his horse, Sugar, while drunk on a highway. He argued it was safe because the horse knows the way home. The sheriff concluded it did not qualify as a DUI. This dude spent 17 years building a Lamborghini from scratch in his basement and then smashed a hole in his house to get it out. Bro's house has a C-section car. A house member rubbed Speaker Nicholas Longworth's bald head, saying, "Nice and smooth, feels just like my wife's bottom." Longworth then rubbed his own head and said, "Indeed it does." Me and my friend had this 0.5% difference going on in middle school. I would score 90, he would score 90.5. Around the middle of the year, I finally got a perfect score, and I couldn't help showing it off to him, thinking that I finally broke the pattern. Then he showed me his 100.5. Turns out the teacher knew about our feud and gave him those extra 5 points just to mess with me. Florida teen arrested for impersonating doctor. Florida teen charged with posing as doctor arrested again. Teen who faked being a doctor heads to prison for 3 years. Fake teen doctor escapes jail as one of prison guards. Florida teen again. I'll do it again. I cannot express how funny these two pictures are to me. Gen Z at its finest. Me praying every night in 5th grade before my mum's surgery, finding out years later it was just a boob job. You're not hardcore unless you live hardcore. Wow, that's a big squirrel. Making a Kickstarter to redo this drone show in the sky over an uncontacted Amazonian tribe. Salt Lake City man arrested for calling 911 and asking, "Where the women at?" Senator Bill Heffernan complains about the lack of metal detectors in Parliament, tabling a pipe bomb he's brought with him as evidence. Chemistry teacher substitute was slowly writing endgame spoilers on the board every time we spoke. He paid for it, paying for people's food, then taking it because it's mine. Kid uses sandpit spades to escape kindy. Tries to buy sport car. 2 5-year-old Russian boys used spades to dig their way out of their kindergarten and set off to buy a sports car. This chap bought a field next to the canal, dug a trench out to the canal, sailed his boat in, filled the trench up behind him. He now lives there. Apparently you don't need planning permission for a boat. Am I petty? Someone wrote, "Not funny," on my tweet in 2019. I catfished him for 2 years, made him fall in love with me. He's meeting me at a restaurant for the first time tonight. 2 years talking, not even meeting, that's crazy. I won't be there. The waiter will give him a note, that's just my tweet he commented on. I bet he ate the frog. Frog? What frog? Exactly, he ate it. Well, I'm 10 and I go to bed at 10 p.m. Most people in my class go to bed at 9 p.m. I literally hiked up to a place called Poo Poo Point in Washington State just because I could, flipping off fish. Raise your digitalis medius and salute to all the creatures of the sea, little bastards. I made a cutting board for my oak-loving OCD friends out there. Hopefully they cut your hands off so you'll never be able to create something like this again. The monk who took his proteins. Toad's jacked. Kentucky man admits to faking his own death to avoid paying over $100K in child support. German art museum fires worker for hanging his own painting in gallery. I got some dirty looks today walking into the Gibson garage in Nashville. To all the people who never thought I could do it, screw you. What are you doing? Just hanging out? Wow, the iPhone 16 Pro has such a great camera. I actually took this with an iPhone 15 Pro, measuring a ruler with another ruler. I love you all. Okay. He dressed up as a bulldozer for a jungle-themed party. I hope everyone you love dies. I love you, man. I love you. Tom Cruise will film the first major movie from space with Elon Musk's help. Don't even know what's real anymore. We had a kid at our high school who refused to speak for the entirety of our high school career, even if a teacher called on him. The day we graduated, he spoke for the first time. His reasoning for his 4 years of silence was, just because I could. Madman. The chickens you're eating had families, you murderer. That's why I ordered a family bucket meal. No one gets left behind. An innocent 8-year-old boy stuck in the elevator for 3 hours, sat and completed his homework. This girl on Instagram posted her plane ticket and I called and cancelled her flight. You're a real hater. Every Sunday he does this. Who the man? You the man, Papa. They hate me, son. I can't help it. Tell them to get their women in. I was watching TV with my wife who was eating and typing on her phone. My phone was kept for charging in the kitchen and I heard it ring. I went and picked up the call. It was my wife and she said, "Can you bring the tomato sauce?" Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you my wife. It's like when someone in a group says something funny that no one hears and someone else repeats it and gets the laugh. It's like when they got more upvotes. Man with suspended license appears in virtual court hearings sitting in the driver's seat of a car. Kawaii Japanese biker revealed to be a 50-year-old man using Face app. Me forgets to pause meditation music before leaving. My dog when I arrive home. I would hire him just for the flyer. Rob the balloon guy. That's just my name. Don't actually rob me. 30. What does a hearted comment look like? It looks like this. Wife crashes her own funeral, horrifying her husband, who had paid to have her killed. Surprise, she said. I'm still alive. Now he's in jail. Someone put dish soap into the fountain at my college, bruh. Instagram influencers trying to DIY their homes is my new favorite thing. Before, after. I have no idea what I told Siri to remind me about while groggy last night, but it certainly wasn't this. Collect suspicious pebbles. You must have been on a quest. Report. Average person spends 27% of lifetime in the way. I know this is from The Onion, but I honestly don't even doubt it. Ha 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 ha. Gaming disorder is officially recognized by the World Health Organization. White guys be like, that's fair. What do you want me to say? Nothing. That's fair. A victim of fly tipping used a dumpster truck to return more than 400 tires to the culprit. As a mortician, I always tie the shoelaces together of the dead, because if there is ever a zombie apocalypse, it will be hilarious. Someone stole a Bitcoin ATM and tried to get the coins out. Do they not know what Bitcoin is? My 13-year-old brother saved up over $900 to get the gaming PC that he wanted. I'm so proud of him. This is actually a perfectly flat floor, designed just to stop people from running in the hallway. Why are you holding the fork like that, bro? It ain't going anywhere. I really devoured an entire pie, huh? I don't know. I was alone with my thoughts and I started to get angry. Why was Pingu's dad always ironing when none of his family wore clothes? God forbid a man has hobbies. Got a new little cute bottle for my Diet Coke. I think this is meant to be used for water, bro. Your stomach's gonna dissolve. Washing the dirt off this giant brick in the shower so I can keep it in my room. I love walking my pet dirt block. They let me click the no pickle button multiple times, so I clicked it 50 times. No pickle, no pickle, no pickle. I really hope they just gave you one pickle. I got Botox and I asked the doctor, how many years younger will this make make me look? And he was like, 0. You'll just look like the other girls your age who have also gotten Botox. Man attacked by grizzly bear in Montana. To return home after losing his lower jaw. Says he's ready for round 2. Armed with traffic cones, protesters are immobilizing driverless cars. This is a crazy title. Breastfeeding mum fights off bald eagle to save pet goose. Glizzy season. A triple barrel shaboing boing is crazy. Duck walks into pub. Drinks pint. Fights dog. Loses. Maintains bow tie. Stunt pilot mad lad. A young boy who had just stolen his father's car and crashed it takes one final puff on his cigarette before facing the consequences. They did not care back in the day. You would be getting away with anything. Dog spotted at the top of the Great Pyramid of Giza after climbing up to bark at birds. Come watch me eat an entire rotisserie chicken. He did it. Mel Blanc, the voice actor of Bugs Bunny, was in a serious car accident that put him in a coma. After many unsuccessful attempts to get him to talk, the doctor asked, Bugs, can you hear me? Mel responded in Bugs' voice, what's up, doc? They used this technique to lead him out of his coma. What rule was made because of you? Men are allowed to wear business casual shorts in the office. Dress code didn't allow men to wear shorts, but did allow skirts. Shut up in a kilt until the rules changed. World of Warcraft's pacifist Panda has reached level 120 by only picking flowers. He refuses to fight, so instead, Double Agent spends thousands of hours picking flowers, taking a bite out of an onion every day until a new Shrek movie is released, when you successfully make the dog vomit up the panties. But now the couple is arguing because no one seems to know who the panties belong to. You ever prank called the police and they showed up to your house when you were kids? I did, but my mum went to jail because she had a warrant out for her arrest. The family hated me. Every time a gas pump plays annoying ads, I find and label the mute button. I skied back to the pole again to take this photo for all the men who commented, make me a sandwich. On my TEDx talk, I made you a sandwich, ham and cheese. Now ski for 37 days and 600 kilometers to the South Pole and you can eat it, idiot. Sony used to offer 5 free DVDs if you registered the serial number on your new player. I went to 5 Best Buys and copied the serial numbers off the display models. I removed this tag from a power cord and nothing happened despite the warnings. Do not remove this tag. Sure is worth a shot. Message me for my Apple Pay info. The first million people to send me $1 will get a copy of my guide on how to become a millionaire using Facebook. I work at Domino's and sometimes when people put instructions for different ingredients to be on the left or right, I put the left ingredient on the right and the right ingredients on the left. A Nigerian official pretended to faint after he was asked about missing funds. Plans to create and worship a Leviathan lobster god. FNAF lore makes more sense after eating a Snickers, but the game franchise scares everyone including the VR game. I ordered pineapple pizza from this authentic Italian restaurant and this is what I got. Before Isaac Newton discovered gravity in 1687, people could fly. This cow is named Bertha. She drank whiskey, lived till 48, has 39 calves, broke 2 Guinness World Records, and raised $75,000 for cancer awareness. Game Boy Color spotted in the wild on the beach in 2022. This guy's a total Chad. Mad lad programmer. 404, apartment not found. I was working in a movie theater in France. A customer started an argument with my manager, who was a highly functional alcoholic and did not care about pleasing Karens. She stupidly went, the customer is king, to which he replied, we're in France, we decapitate kings. My mum just informed me that my first word was, quote, so I'm going to make sure my last word before I die will be, unquote. Great, blue heron custom with silencer. 38-pound rescue cat. Crumbs gets stuck in shoe rack while trying to escape from fat camp. Crumbs, you need to stop eating crumbs. Has anyone ever told you how beautiful you are today? No? Better luck tomorrow. What? Wasn't there a game of truth or dare on this subreddit? I'm bored. I dare you to delete your account. They did it. Coworker posted pictures of himself in random places when he quit. Found this on the back of a clock. He quit 2 years ago. Orange juice boot chug after brushing teeth. Back in the day, I would sometimes dress up like a teenage boy named Tyler and sell my son drugs. I would always have to rush home and change back into my mum clothes before my son arrived. I would scream at him all night for buying drugs. Then I would confiscate it and sell it right back to him the next day. Paris Marathon was cancelled, so this dude ran back and forth on his 7-meter balcony for a marathon run. Video 13+. Me, 12 years, whoa. Her dog passed away. You'll never understand my pain. I'm sorry. He never found his name on Coke bottles. I told my dad to chill, and he said, I am chill. And I said, I thought you were dad. I dad joked my dad. I am the revolution. Hello, revolution, I'm dad. A bitter defeat. I've played this game since I was 12. You must be really good at it then. No. When I think of you, the ocean comes in my mind. Because of my eyes, because you look like a whale. The rare Swedish Valhund. They're basically wolf corgis. No, she didn't. On my last leg. I spent 10 minutes trying to get my heartbeat to measure 69 beats per minute on my Fitbit. 2 days ago, I'm deleting my YouTube channel. You got no, you trolled me. I saw a girl post her Spotify top artists on her Instagram story with the caption, so accurate. Like, yeah, it's accurate. It's literally data. There's a kid at my son's school who gets dropped off by his dad in a Cybertruck. When it pulls up, all the kids start chanting, dumpster, dumpster, and pointing at it. And then the kid gets out, turns around, points at his dad's truck, and joins them. Gets bullied by other kids because dad has a Cybertruck. Help kids bully your own father for getting a Cybertruck. In early 2011, Andy van den Hurg falsely confessed to the murder of his stepsister, who was killed 16 years earlier. He did this so the authorities would examine her body for DNA, which led to the arrest of the real killer. You know it's finals week when you eat 2 Chipotle bowls in one sitting and don't question your decision. Mate, the first modern Olympic flag. In 2000, former Olympic diver Hal Presti gave back the Olympic flag he had taken 80 years earlier from the 1920 games in Antwerp. He climbed up a flagpole and ripped it off, knowing he could outrun security as an elite athlete. I'm a dude, and I just hate when people tell me I look tired or angry. Like, I'm just standing here. What? You sound angry. I bet it's because he's tired. Back in high school, this one kid and I hated each other, and one day he randomly gave me a $25 gift card to Texas Roadhouse. I was like, wow, okay, maybe I'm not so bad. I go to Texas Roadhouse and eat a $25 meal, only to find out he's put $1 on the card and wrote $25 on it. Self-made millionaire Harris Rosen adopted a Florida neighborhood called Tangaloo Park, cut the crime rate in half, and increased the high school graduation rate from 25% to 100 by giving everyone free daycare and all high school graduates scholarships. My husband and I just sat in our car outside our house and ate a huge piece of carrot cake because we didn't want to share it with our kids. Only Dream can comment on this video. Oh Dream, what the dog doing? I can comment whatever I want, wherever I want. Once we went to the dentist with my mum and it was just us and one other guy in the waiting room. Jurassic Park was starting on the TV, so we sat and waited through the entire movie. No names called. As the credits rolled, the other man got up and called my mum's name. He was the dentist. This is Bob. You will only see him once and never again. This is your last chance to say hi to Bob. I screenshotted this and made it my wallpaper. I will now see Bob every single day. What brought you to Florida? I like to tickle old people. Haha, they're so cute and helpless. Sometimes I'll go into a retirement community and just see how many elderly people I can tickle before they kick me out. Anyway, there are a lot of old people in Florida, so that's why I'm here. What show/movie? I know what it is, but I'm going to gatekeep it from you. Come and see, 1985. I wasn't originally gonna say anything until this dude thought he could successfully gatekeep. Hello folks, has anyone taken my Subway order from the counter mistakenly? This is the 3rd time it's happened this week. Hi, I'm Nia from accounts department. Sorry, I thought someone has been sending it on my name. I ate it now. Hooray? I'm in bed in tears. This man really said, probably not. Hey, listen, you're cool and all, but your breath smells and it makes me uncomfortable. I can brush my teeth in the morning next time. Can you do it like every day? Probably not. I really don't like being told to do stuff. My suggestion would be find someone you think is better than me. Good luck. Dear ladies and gentlemen, before I proceed to the contents of this email, I would very much like to inform you that it has been typed by using my middle finger exclusively. Grandfather seeking companion for granddaughter. She suffers from poor choices. Burglar hung out washing and cooked meal for victim. A fully restored Panzer being removed from the basement of an 84-year-old German man. God forbid men have hobbies. I told my crush that she had a cute voice and she responded with, wait until you hear me moan. Oh boy, what do I do? Nothing, you're in. After 22 years, Ash Ketchum has finally become a Pokemon master. It was my birthday today, and none of my friends said happy birthday. Not gonna lie, it kinda made me upset, so I was hoping to get 1 or 2 happy B-days from you guys. I made an account just to tell you happy birthday. The teachers are mean because they won't let me eat off the floor, and they won't let me put peanut butter on my toes. I wish every idiot on Reddit got their account deleted. Granted, hold up, that mad lad actually deleted his account for the meme. If you ever feel powerless, just remember that a single one of your hairs can shut down an entire restaurant. I have done it. I've mastered the skills of playing Fireboy on Watergun by myself. I love British street food. A whole potato with melted cheese and baked beans. And they line up hours for it. This looks like the first thing a dog would make to eat after turning into a human. Let me tell you guys, jacket potato, butter, beans, cheese. It's so good. I'm a dank memer. Store employee yelling at me for changing the desktop background. Me. What's the greatest, screw it, I'll do it myself, in history? In 1888, Almond Brown Stroger, an undertaker, noticed he was losing a lot of business to the other undertaker in town. He found out that the other undertaker's wife was a telephone operator, and when she intercepted people asking to be connected to Stroger's funeral home, the operator would route the call to her husband's funeral home instead. 3 years later, Stroger patented the automatic teller exchange, a system which allowed telephone users to make calls without the need for human operators, single-handedly destroying an entire workforce. This Domino's pizza delivery man grabbed news due to his unusual commitment to delivering a pizza ordered from Mount Fuji, Japan's tallest peak. After 6 hours of hiking, he managed to deliver the pizza. Just laid my dad to rest and got to read his final message. Always a jokester to the very end. Love you too, Dad. Love you guys. Well, gotta go now and stand in line. Hope it's the right one. I didn't bring my glasses. Take care. In the late 1960s, British Columbia woodsman Francis Wharton shot a deer and used its teeth to make dentures for himself. Then he ate the deer with the deer's own teeth. We are expecting 15 people rocking up. This party is taking a life of its own. As the party will be very loud, I am very sure I won't be able to hear the bell. Here is my number. Far too much hype for this party. I think I will lower my expectations. Me and a couple lads calculated the amount and cost to die by potassium overdose from bananas. Assuming you're 165 pounds, it would take almost 500 or pounds of bananas in like a day to die from it. I don't remember much of what happened that day, so I think some of the calculating got messed up, but it was fun. But if you really ate 500 pounds of bananas in a day, would it really be the potassium that killed you? That or the radiation? This is David Hampton, aka the Silent Man, a UK citizen who was repeatedly arrested for standing on a certain road to block traffic. He never speaks a word, not even to the court or his lawyer. Every time he is released, he repeats the same crime and remains silent. What's his motive? What is he actually trying to achieve doing this? I have a PhD. Do I want to be called a doctor? Oh yes, I do. When the pilot asks if there is a doctor on board, I raise my hand every time. Then I solve an equation on the heart attack victim's chest while everyone yells at me. I have killed... I'm gonna get incriminated reading this. We should all be a little more like this. When you're lonely working your remote 9 to 5, but so is your elderly neighbor, so you invite him over to just simply exist in each other's presence. I'm in Edinburgh today for a conference, and it finishes just in time for ScotRail's ridiculous peak time price hike. So you bet I'm going to be sitting in Waverley for 2.5 hours, looking cross and stubborn. Hi, we don't charge extra to travel at peak times, but we do offer a discount to travel at quieter times. Paul. Sometimes young boys on Facebook send me crazy threats, so I've started telling their mothers. I have never spoken to him before, but he sent me a concerning message to my public Facebook group today that I was wondering if you might be interested in discussing with him. I'll do this to you if I ever see you. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yes, I will talk to him. My wife loves crumble cookies. We drove 30 minutes to the closest one. Then we sat in the car, listened to an audiobook, and swapped flavors. Crumbs down our shirts, and in our laps, both of us jacked on sugar, giggling like kids, but in fact, we're nearly 40. It was awesome. What funeral companies try to sell men, but what men actually want. My dad building a sand sun temple and explaining the backstory of it to random strangers. What you see after pushing super hard, but nothing comes out. Man tormented by mystery pizza deliveries to his house for almost a decade. The person who sent the pizzas. I mean, if they're free, I'll take them. Guys with beards. Tall guys. Guys who know how to cook. I bought an old iPhone on eBay, and its last owner knew Jason Momoa. I cancelled a job interview today, just so I could follow this guy around. Man hides from police behind chimney. Your tactics confuse and frighten me, sir. Drunk pals floating on inflatable mattress are rescued 2 miles out to sea, but only panicked when they ran out of beer. Every time I think I've met the perfect girl, it's 3 raccoons in a trench coat who robbed me again. Man keeps writing pee-pee man graffiti on everything in Arizona City. Here's the chosen one. Nobody. Girls on Instagram. Men while shopping. 13 in 1. Jackpot. Who says romance is dead? Tracy, let's turn that delayed flight into a get laid night. If I find a cool rock, I'm picking it the hell up. Your girlfriend. Daddy, can you pass me the salt? Her dad. You. There is a mall in China that offers husband storage, where wives can leave their husbands while they shop. My dad has a whole album dedicated to my mum on Facebook. My boo girl. Every man goes through their struggles in life. Don't do it, man. It's not worth it. Man loses 24 kilograms by doing the deed daily 6 times for 5 years. And they called me a madman. Man returns to work after vacation with fresh, re-energized hatred for job. My grandparents regularly prank each other, and this is my grandpa's birthday cake. Dave sucks. My son got his report card today, and academically he did well, but his teacher wrote a note specifying he needs to use kind words with friends. I asked him about it and he said, "My friends are dumb and they need to know." Breaking news. Man uses piece of wood he put in the garage in 1982 because it might come in handy in the future. My son gave me his watch for luck at my interview today after seeing I was nervous. The love I have for that kid is immeasurable. I was so proud of my wife for getting excited for a video game until I saw her handle a controller. Ugh, I'm crying. This couple had their pet llama as a groomsman. Swear to God I'm gonna flip out if my girl leaves one more of these things laying around in my place. You're the worst I've ever had in bed. There is no way she could make that judgment in 37 seconds. 99% of men could sit in this exact spot in this exact chair all day long and consider it a great day. How to start a campfire? No. Yes. Women. Can we please get some pockets on any garments? Men's clothing. We have pockets on our pants. I finally found a boy worth keeping, and he was disguised as my best friend the whole time. He did it! This is the hardest residential flex I've ever seen. Steve. Odd slogan for a kid's store. Wrap it up. Girls, you will never know the fear of needing to sneeze while you're peeing. Enjoy that life. Her. If we dated, what could you bring to the table? Me. 6 inches and $6. When your crush gets scared by a 3-inch cockroach and says, "It was huge." Men are simple creatures. Girls' guide to boys. I wish they'd teach us more about Vikings. Dude, same. Man, stop wasting. They're definitely related. Look at those ears. Come on. At my mum's birthday dinner, and my brother just showed up wearing this shirt. I like older women, so this is my new couch. Let's be honest, I'm going to live and die in this thing. When everyone rubs your girl's pregnant belly and says, "Congrats," but no one tickles your balls and says, "Good job." Oh, I can. Keanu Reeves gifted the John Wick 4 stunt team $10,000 Rolex watches to thank them for their work on the film. I'm sorry, but this would absolutely slap when you have diarrhea. Imagine having somewhere to hold and rest your head while you're withering in pain. What your medication warning label means when it says, "Do not operate heavy machinery." What I think it means? I just think this or a massive truck. In 2017, a reindeer hunter found a perfectly preserved Viking sword in the mountains of Norway, which was just sticking out among the stones. A train hit a tank in my city. Guess who won? The train? My mate spent £5,700 at a club last night, and this is what he has to say for himself. So unfair, they pretend to love you. I met a boy at a bar, and he filled out the whole contact form in my iPhone. I have his birthday, his address, his mother's full name. He gave himself a custom ringtone too. Like my Uber was outside and he really took his time. Bro thought he was opening a bank account. This range will be studied one day. I'm actually quite glad he escaped being just the Twilight vampire guy. My belt when I'm about to poop myself. How many toilet seats does it take to stop a 50 cal? That information is on a need-to-know basis. Frugal man peels bananas before weighing them to save money. Wonder if this is allowed. Should be. We are so advanced. They took this from us. They think this is a game. If you give me a parking ticket, I will end myself. And they gave a parking ticket. Women, how come we live longer than men? So weird. Men. I went on a flight that had a chat room for all passengers. After choosing a nickname, I chose Pilot. Gonna take off soon. Psyched. I'm not sure the pilot should be sitting in 23H. Just kicking it with my PJs. That's what I call the passengers. Today, I went to the park and saw a man. At first, I thought he was pushing his grandchild on the seesaw, until I realized it was his dog. Hawk Tua shook her hand like he met the Pope. Today, I finally did it. Peak dad. I took a mini WD-40 to the playground to tackle the squeaky swings that have bothered me for months. Satisfaction off the scale. My purpose in life is found. When Mario sends a pic of his junk to Princess. It me pee-pee. Egyptian man at the top of the Pyramid of Giza, 1981. Cigarette, fake Adidas drip, pyramids. This man has it all. Absolutely legendary photo. An interaction that could make a grown man cry. Sorry, Dreamski. We are playing friends only. I have to kick you. I'm friend. Don't make this more difficult. Awful fan-made posters. Awful, and it's the hardest poster ever. My fiance has never baked in his life, but made this birthday cake from scratch for me. Women don't understand that if a man is in love with you, he will do anything to make his girl happy. Little man finally got a PS5 after saving up his points at an arcade where we live. That's the goddamn dream. Winning the game console by playing skee ball. Good for little homie. Girls use their notes app to vent, write poetry, track their period, and just all good things. What do boys even use it for? I found out my husband has a hot dog counter on his phone to track his yearly intake of hot dogs. NASA has unveiled the next spacesuit that will be worn on the moon in 2025/2026. Unbelievably raw. This man is a hero. For $200, I'll show up to your house and give ridiculous quotes on projects your wife wants done. Here is a picture of my Christmas tree. It is still in the shed because it's November. The older I get, the more I identify with the men in these photos. I am an adult with adult money who purchases adult things. Her, I'm not that hot. Also her. Wow, some people take Monopoly way too seriously. Cheater, it's over. My inner 12-year-old will be giggling forever. Now that I know the Norwegian phrase for speed bump is farts humper. Guy standing behind laughing guy. Guy laughing. Me in 8th grade. Boobies. The Huamoa banana is a long and thick banana with a creamy texture. These bananas are a Hawaiian variety and grow up to 10 inches long and 4 inches wide. The banana she tells you not to worry about. Definitely worrying about this. Go ahead and have kids. They're the most beautiful and amazing things in the world. But I must inform you that this afternoon my toddler took a poop in an umbrella. Dad had a Hall of Fame mo. Wife just got diagnosed with cancer. If you love someone, remind them every day. Wife is cancer free. We are having a baby girl. Both her and the baby are and will be top shape. I'm blessed. In an attempt to reduce cleaning costs, airports in Amsterdam put a picture of a fly in a urinal so that men could aim at it and avoid splashing. It worked. The men, target locked, ready to destroy. Pew pew. Bzzz. What is Nike Pros or addicted tops? I don't know. Go play Legos, kid. I am right now. I got this new set. How it feels to see bobs. How I flirt. If you want me, I'm yours. I've been preparing for this for 20 years. Beat off. Don't worry, darling. You didn't burn the beer. Rules are meant to be broken. And they're also rules for a reason. Thick a bit. KSI. Cocomelon commented. Well, at least you tried your best. Somebody became a man today. My 4-year-old nephew has a bunch of food allergies, so my brother made him a birthday cake out of watermelon. How would you react if your kids did this to your PS5? If your own child gives you a custom skin for your PS5 and you're complaining, you're ungrateful. The insane details of the Hercules armor, which belonged to the Holy Roman Emperor Maximilian II, 1555. It took SC losing power to see kids being kids again. This is how it used to be growing up before everyone had a cell phone. Balance has been restored. There are 2 gorillas on my work bathroom wall, and my girlfriend and her friends all say they see 2 cats. I see 2 gorillas, don't worry. Men are so hard to please. Average 10 out of 10 for men experience. In 2004, Paul Walker secretly bought a $9,000 engagement ring for an Iraq veteran. Overhearing the couple in a jewelry store discussing their inability to afford it, Walker quietly paid for the ring and left. What's the most boomer complaint you have? I want a physical menu at a restaurant. None of this No, I like the QRs. It's way quicker. This style of pizza is called the Dragon Scale. It needs to be the standard for pepperoni pizza. Sorry boys, I don't feel like hanging tonight. I'm just gonna stay home. The boys pulling up to his house. I rented a house for my girlfriend, a nice vacation. But the only room with a view is the bathroom. My girlfriend is annoyed, but I have the feeling the boys will understand. Hi, I'm Jason, and this is Momoa, my new work email signature. Be advised, lack of planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part. Out-of-pocket letters from kids to troops overseas might be my new favorite thing in the world. Ka-chow. Anyone else ever get a surprise poop when going to pee and think, I am not prepared for this, but I guess this is happening now. That'd be dangerous for us guys. Teacher. Plans trip to Jerusalem. Ew, Jerusalem is so boring. Boys. Medical company introduces hands-free automatic sperm extractor for donors. Imagine having a decent conversation with the gentleman next to you while the machine is milking the both of you. My nephew is 13 and starting to ask girls on dates. So he asked my brother what was the best way to ask a girl on a date. And he told him to find something they were both interested in and ask if she wanted to do it. So my nephew asked if the girl liked chicken nuggets. Husband. I saw someone at the store who looked just like you. Wife. Was she hot? No. Man blows up entire yard while trying to get rid of cockroaches. The cockroach. 'Tis but a scratch. I think they would survive a nuclear blast. Man already has whole sentence lined up for later in conversation. My wife is gonna kill me. This scary peeper. Call this MF. Matt Flannery. You got it, I'll call you. These days, anyone could be gay and you'd have no idea. Your cashier, your bartender. The guy doing the deed to you might even be gay. But he said no homo though. He lied. Nobody is putting gargoyles on buildings anymore. It can't be that much more expensive to slap a gargoyle up there. We used to be a proper country. My husband annoyed me, so I told him to go call his girlfriend. He called me and asked to speak to personality 4 because personality 1 is on some BS. Signs you're a man. Has a massive heart attack. It's nothing really. I'm fine. Catches a cold. Gather round, children. My time is drawing nigh. Whose dad is this? A fully restored Panzer being removed from the basement of an 84-year-old German man. God forbid men have hobbies. Girls, period cramps hurt so much. Average bull itch experience. My husband, a grown man, has taken Friday off so he can play his new video game for 24 hours. Love that for him. Same. Poor couch is terrified. Put it down. It doesn't like it's scared of heights. Her. He was probably probably thinking about other women. Him. My dog understands several human words. I don't understand any dog barks. He may be smarter than me. You don't buy alcohol, you only borrow it. This is where all your beer money goes. A tree fell on my fence, making the best of it while I negotiate the repair. I love bracelets, but I wish there was a way to put them on more violently. The guy who invented slap bracelets. I got you, fam. I pray to God I can be as cool as this dude when I grow up. Sex, every night. Hair, mullet. Wait, 178 coconuts. Wears shades day and night. What the hell, Chipotle? I came in 2 days ago and you got guacamole. I come in today and you're out of guacamole. So sorry, Marcus. We don't mean to guac in and out of your life like that. 2012. Take it off my hands. 4K. 2022. I know what I got. 18K. After a lot of howling and partying, they all passed out. I like how most burger places charge for extra cheese. Meanwhile, Fuddruckers is like, murder yourself with the cheese pump. We don't care. Not all heroes wear capes. Wisconsin man throws beer bottle at bartender when she changes Black Sabbath to Christmas music. This is why I don't get in my sister's car no more. She just drove off and left her bumper. Throwback to when you could legally gamble at Taco Bell as a kid. Guys be like, the man, the myth, the legend, and it's just their pal, Greg. We even wear shirts about it. I don't know about you, but I don't have any more passwords left in me. Literally is a beautiful name for a girl. Her sis is actually, and her brother's name is honestly. In 1984, a teenager named Zach Brown appeared on Wheel of Fortune and won $3,000. He spent all the money to buy a go-kart. He went on to become the CEO of McLaren F1 Racing. 1 minute you're young, wild and free. Then all of a sudden you're excited about getting this bad boy. Born to dilly-dally, forced to lock in. Born to forced to woof. It just shouldn't be trusted with Amazon Prime. I feel like more dog owners need to see this sign. Extreme heat this weekend. If you're walking your dog between 10 and 6 p.m., please wear a fur coat and no shoes so you know how it feels. A Native American named Joseph Medicine Crow was fighting in World War II when he completed the 4 tasks required to become a war chief. He touched an enemy without killing them, took an enemy's weapon, led a successful war party, and stole 50 horses from a German camp. 1 year ago, still grafting. Damn, good work. If I use 2 pillows, is the top pillow using the bottom pillow as a pillow? The person standing in front of you is technically the person standing the furthest away behind you. Wallets are just pockets that we put in our pockets. Bobs. Dads are only fat because kids waste food, and damn it, we're not throwing money away. I will not be taking argument on this. Trust the science. Just moved into my first apartment. What do I do now? I flew my bestie in for her birthday and talked my husband into holding up this sign. I know it isn't mine, but I'll raise it as my own. I forgive your infidelity. I couldn't stop talking about this stick I found during a hike with my girlfriend, and she told me I needed to grow up. No way. I don't think she said that. The hub is now banned in Alabama. 17 states total. We are winning. It is not banned in Florida. I know this because I live in Florida and I'm on it right now. Does anyone else carefully choose the last bite of food you eat at the end of a meal so that your mouth can remember it? Boys are so easy to impress. Whale. Bro. After a long day of tours, photos, autographs, and being mauled by armed women, at the end of the night, this female soldier asked if he would take a prom photo with her. He came back with, only if I can be the girl. And that is how this awesome shot came about. My boyfriend really just sneezed sitting 5 feet away and texted me this. Is it rude to not say bless you? A massive Google answer. Dramatic as hell. How we look at women when they say silly things like, hey, that's my purse. Or, please, I have a family. Girls have no idea. Basically, girls asking a lot of not safe for work questions and wanting stuff from guys. What boys go through. Man in a meat suit is attacking people who are eating meat. Attack on Titan Season 2 looks great. After seeing an elderly gentleman walking in the rain, a Wendy's employee removed an umbrella from a table outside and ran to his side to protect him. You go to your boyfriend's house, and this is his bed. What are you doing? Marry him? It's Shrexy time. This is a good lady. Wife material. Tonight's winner. This looked like they announced him as a new skin in Fortnite. My nephew had an upset stomach for a few days. Once he felt better, he said that when he grew up, he would invent a medication that would make diarrhea instantly gone, and he would call it gonorrhea. And we grown-ups were like, nah, buddy, that name is already taken. My current era. I'm no better than an old person. Do not repost this image, or she will appear in your room at 3 a.m. And I'm reposting this, so lucky me. I'll let you guys know how it goes. There's something almost intoxicating about drinking 15 beers. Just a thought I had while eating some salsa. How salsa jars are generally shaped. How salsa jars should be shaped. But then they're harder to store. 2 years ago, I DM'd my favorite Facebook crush, telling her I'ma take her out on a date. Last night, I asked to marry her. She said no both times and blocked me. Anyway, here's a random photo of a couple I found. Fellas, if she cancels plans last minute, just say, okay, and wait a few minutes. Then text her, actually I'm free tonight. And then say, oops, wrong person. Toy Story 5 and Shrek 5 are both set to release in summer 2026. This is my Barbenheimer. Imagine living here with the love of your life, having a few beers and watching Unsolved Mysteries reruns on cable. 30 minutes into my shift and a customer gifts me a sword of vodka for being a bro. Dudes rock. If you were wondering why the Bloodborne soundtrack was so fire, the person who made the Bloodborne soundtrack also made the Madagascar soundtrack, working on an app with a friend. Was stuck in development hell for like 3 years. Damn, what is it? Hog Tour app. Skylar, 20. To the guys over 25, I work a stable job and have my own place. To the guys under 25, I love Star Wars and have a fat ass. 6 teenagers were found living on Atta Island in the South Pacific by Australian adventurer Peter Warner, who was shocked they had been missing for 15 months since 1966. Here are photos of their life there. They even have instruments? Damn, that's cool. The way SpongeBob stands on this CD card is the most thug gangster thing I've ever seen. Like, wow, I want what he on. You want liver failure? Mika was born with a rare genetic disease called ALGS. He has liver failure waiting for transplant. I meant the car seat. Henry Cavill is apparently now a grill dad. Doesn't tolerate Hollywood nonsense. About to be a father. Likes Warhammer. Now confirmed to be a meat smoker. He really is just simply for the boys. My daughter just asked me how to spell squirrel. I found out she was writing a book. Now she's grounded for 12 years. There's bloody squirrels. Say what? I am dying to know what Jeremy and Robbie did to invoke the wrath of the professor. Sit quietly at your desk for a few minutes. Get up and say that was easy and turn in your quiz. Do not say anything to Jerry and Robbie. Australian man shatters the world record for planking by holding the pose for over 9 hours. 2 young construction workers in Estonia rescued what they believed was a dog who was stuck in a frozen lake. They then carried it to their car and drove him to an animal shelter without having any idea it was a wolf. My camera's last image before it broke and almost caught on fire. That's the universe saying, stop taking photos of me. You don't have my permission. This is my youngest son who works for Georgia Power. He just finished 14 days straight of 16-hour shifts and never complained once. He's back on a normal schedule as of today. Got home and fell asleep in the chair before supper. I'm very proud of him. Who did this? Honestly, why do I even bother with art? Nothing I do will ever be at this level, so what's the point? I'm really sad. Just have fun. Every guy's dream. At the age of 23, I stopped caring about that. I don't mind. I've never really was big into shoes. How I look at 4 in the morning, preparing to go execute bro, after his jobless R just called to inform me that his cheese is extra drippy, bruh.
My cheese is drippy, bruh.
A friend invited me on a camping trip, and I was all like, sounds like a lot of great hiking in nature, unless you're just renting a patch of grass to get drunk on. And he's like, yeah, we just drink on grass. And I'm all like, oh, thank God. Whether you like it or not, you're looking at peak dad fashion. He's getting ready to scream.
Damn it, where's the screwdriver? I lost it.
That was so cute. What? I'm not cute, I'm a man. That was so cute. I'm a man. Secret to a successful marriage is to wake up and be the first one to say, I didn't sleep well. I found out today that men have a healthy fear of geese, or think they can fight 20 at once. There is no in between. A lot of men are severely overconfident in their ability to fight a goose, when boys think their hair is long enough for a man bun. I hate a man with a group chat. What are you talking about in there? Bro, Liam Payne just died. You gotta stay inside for real. This is not even funny. I can't stress this enough. It's guys dying that we have never seen die before. Like, I'm not even joking. Alright, rest in peace, Liam Payne. Gonna start tweeting like a 6-year-old. Lemonade stand just made 50 cents. Dear ghosts, if you can move stuff around and flicker lights, then you can use a mop. Millionaire player calls wife for phone a friend and another man answers the phone. Welcome to fluid mechanics. Don't mind the water on the ground. It's part of the course. TV remote normally, TV remote when I accidentally sit on it. Volume. What is wrong with people at my school? They might just be a bit hungry. These flower shells are shotgun shells, loaded with flower seeds instead of birdshot buckshot. These shells can be shot into the ground to plant flowers. The idea is that instead of taking life from the world, you'll be giving life back. The dude that tried to break into my house, the people of Puerto Rico are carrying a guillotine to the governor's mansion right now. The French, my true successor. I always wondered how getting guillotined would feel. Met a young chap today in the corn pit. Heard banging and shouting all day. Thought my neighbor was stressed out building flat pack furniture. Turns out he was locked in his toilet for 8 hours screaming help, and he's had to run through the wall. Thinking about losing some weight? Which method do you think is the most effective? Paleo, keto, Mediterranean diet, eat in front of a mirror, naked. One's more psychological. Inflation has gotten so bad that it now takes 2 wanted Karens to speak to the manager. Humans are the most violent species. Average day is an ant. Us, because our school is so poor, they make us put up fences for a grade. For a higher grade, I would build a new school. Fire hose versus flamethrower. This is everything I didn't know I needed to see today. Hamsters watching you from hell after dying in the most traumatic way possible. Why are they going to hell? My niece's hamster crawled inside the crevices of an oven, and it was a Sunday. King dies. His eldest son. Oh no, guess I'm king now. Me trying to figure out how my hand feels after falling asleep on it. I started my multi-billion-dollar company in my parents' garage. Their parents' garage. Girls when they make fun of guys' height, weight, social standing, and pee-pee size. Girls when they get called fat. A guy offered to buy me a drink at the bar and came back with a full cup of pickles to share. This would work on me. It'd work if you wanted me to leave. Boiling some rocks. You can't just boil rocks. Yeah, you can. I've never seen rocks being boiled. Doesn't feel allowed. Oops, what the hell do you mean? Oops. Oops. Scientists may have miscalculated our global warming timeline. That 360 was super necessary. I wonder if gorillas know how funny they are. Oh, they know. I never lived it, but how I yearn to go back. Bro, just get a girlfriend and have a barbecue. It's literally not hard. They poop 145 times a day. KSI wants me on his next song. Do I do it? KSI threatens to collab with good artist. Slenderman if he hated college algebra. None of this matters anymore. Landmines are cheaper than a wall. Why are all of the comments saying, blank our cat? I don't think he's that scary. If we make guns illegal, no one will ever get shot. That's how we stopped everyone from doing drugs. In fact, the typical UK adult is currently harboring 6 grudges, according to a poll. Let me think. How many grudges do I have? I can't think of the top of my head, but I probably have like 4. I love the news. This is from a real article. This is skewed by Scots, Irish, and Welsh whose grudges are all against the English. I like A. Wow, me too. How fortunate to meet someone of like mind. Indeed. Yes, A. 6-year-old me, after trying my parents' toothpaste instead of my strawberry rainbow unicorn toothpaste. I missed the days when, no matter how slow your internet was, if you paused any video and let it buffer long enough, you could watch it uninterrupted. My ancestors watching me use a GPS to get somewhere I've been 14 times. Introducing the flat sun theory. Miss Universe versus McDonald's worker. It's usually the cashier when you're buying something. Today I learned a cat's rear paw will always follow the place their front paw has stepped. I love it when my dog does this. Hey, giant brass needle has me acting like a mouse adventurer. I found a good use for the dark and creepy corner of my new room. I think a massive fridge belongs here, or a massive freezer where you can store body parts, or a poster. Yeah, they're very sleepy. Not sleepy enough to lay in the box, but very sleepy on my chest. I assume this is like couch sleepy versus bed sleepy for people. Hey, sup, do you want to hang out? Nah, I have a lot to do today, sorry. Listening to music, crying in bed. I just saw a pre-sunrise bird and thought, what are you doing up so early? And when I looked closer, it was eating a literal worm. The early bird? You met the early bird? Please tell me you took a photo. How bored do you gotta be to draw this in school, bro? A good character design is one which can be identified by its silhouette alone. Feels so good to hold 5 colored objects. Oh my god. Am I doing this right? Absolutely right. I want to kiss you. Okay, anything else you want to do? Pass chemistry? Applying for a position as a bouncer because I fundamentally misunderstood the job description. They said I'm overqualified. I think moths are pretty cool. What the hell? A moth made this tweet. What if I'm a moth? You would never know, would you? I could be a moth right now. I'd rather die than buzz an employee to give me deodorant. I genuinely feel like if someone wants to steal deodorant, we should let them. Who made that mess? You did, King. Positioned the bones like an archaeologist discovering a dinosaur. I left my front door open and my Roomba just went out and I can't find it. What are the consequences of this? It has no natural predators. It'll be dead soon. Nature abhors a vacuum. 6-year-old me seeing a girl like this at the supermarket. I will never recover from this. I ordered a pair of AirPod Pros from Apple. Express delivery via courier. I thought it asked for delivery instructions, but apparently it was for engraving. Backdoor if possible. When I was 9, I asked my mum what a fetish was, and she was like, it's when you love something a lot. And I told her I had a fetish for video games, and she said, no you don't. Called out for being a fake gamer by your own mother. Brutal. Quitting asthma, because I don't want it anymore. If I had to choose a last meal before getting sent to the gallows, I would choose all of the world's suffering, so nobody has to hurt anyone. I would choose Olive Garden endless breadsticks. Oh, I love breadsticks. Changing my answer, I can't wait to have fun on my day off. Me on my day off. Money, I haven't heard that name in years. A friend who has worked in Chicago. His entire life tells me it's not that violent. He's a tail gunner on a school bus when the signs are against you. Push to open. If that does not work, pull. If both do not work, try the actual entrance to your left. He was being naughty, so I showed him rabbit stew recipes. People have genuinely got mad about this, and I'm not sure how to explain this, but Paddy can't read. Yeah, but he can feel. He understands emotions. Another satisfied client. Yeah, how do you know if they're satisfied when no one has survived using this? I started out with nothing, and I still have most of it. Barber, what you want? Him, what does it mean to want? Say no more. Lockdown was almost half a decade ago. Mosquitoes, when they suck the blood of kids who eat lunchly. Artist Christian Young makes his paintings using solely Microsoft Paint. This person delivering my food seems incredible. Why I deliver? I am obsessed with carrying containers. Our terrible world. Receipt is printed. Do you want the receipt? No. Receipt goes in trash. A utopia. Do you want your receipt? No. Ungodly piece of paper is never even born. A trend I've noticed that I'm deeply tickled by. Wizard evolution. Pre-2000s. 2000s to 2010s. 2020. Woman who left her back door open during a storm found herself with 3 unexpected guests in her living room. Then call me racist. I don't care. The only colors I see are people's auras and chakras while I'm attuning them. Bro, do you really have to circle it when it's the only thing in the picture? That's its aura. Its aura's kinda weak. And it's also mixing with red. Must be a good and bad meme. Please note, the post-apocalyptic fiction section has been moved to current affairs when the problem asks you what the problem is. You, I'm looking at the problem. I used to lie to you. My mum didn't say no. I did. The whole time, I never asked my mum. I don't know anything about cars or sports. Some punk. Hey, I'm outside in the 2012 Zilly-Hoo Honda. Me, what color is it? I think fathers lose their mind a little bit when they realize their daughters aren't as forgiving as their wives. Also, I think husbands lose their minds a little bit when they realize their wives aren't as forgiving as their mothers. There it is. I spent an embarrassing amount of time just admiring how beautiful the apples at the store looked. I love you, waxy apple. I love eating wax. It's wax apple season. This is so funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say my name 3 times. Why? What if the day is latibilate? To hide in a corner in an attempt to escape reality. Okay, well, we're bringing that back, obviously. Earth is littered with the ruins of empires that believed themselves to be endless. I'd have to show this to my ancient civilizations class as an example of monumental architecture and collapse. Official ominous sign. Data shows disconnect between Americans' perceived financial strain and reality. We can't afford groceries.
Sauce.
Today, nobody showed up to my class at 8:15. 0 of about 40 students. Sitting in the empty room, I emailed them, trying to disguise my hurt feelings. 2 minutes later, I get a reply. Professor, we think you might be in the wrong room. So anyway, off I go to live in a hole forever. There is one birthday boy among us. Nathan was the birthday boy. It's beautiful. I've looked at this for 5 hours. Came to my parents' house. I saw they were cleaning the garage out. I kept driving. I did not sign up for that today. You made an executive decision. A shower thought I had. Which is cuter? I just see Dream's mask. The first one made me jump, and that's the one which looks like Dream the most. This was pulled up on the computer when I walked into work this morning. Is it illegal to touch a praying mantis? Oh, there are no states saying that you aren't allowed to keep a praying mantis as a pet. I have a smartphone, tablet, and a computer at home. I don't want or need a laptop in my effing car. My stand mixer looks like I've just forced it to commit an atrocity. My hands were clean until you found me. Cast it into the batter. Fry it. No, this tweet has been deleted and makes it 10 times funnier. Beef jerky so expensive I might have to start jerking the meat myself. POV, you tried to buy groceries in this economy? Did you buy the bread and butter? Yes. What did it cost? Everything. My wife yelling at me about the shoes all over the floor by the back door, and then her suddenly stopping mid-word as she realizes that all the shoes are hers might be the greatest moment in my life thus far. The Midwest doesn't have any culture. The Midwest. Soup of the day. Cold beer. Me enters room for an important purpose. The room. My uncle died, and a week later, a fat seagull smashed through my screen door and ate hot dog skin from my garage. I knew it was him, and all I could do was smile. Wall-E came out 13 years ago. How are you still littering? A Bug's Life came out 22 years ago. How are you still not seizing the means of production? Because we're lazy, okay? We're like that caterpillar dude. Dude, because I'm in the lead, I've officially decided that indie animation is now a competition. Blue Shell. Oh no. Darth Vader. My wife is dead, so I'm gonna kill a lot of people. Someone. Oh, that sucks. Who killed her? This is the type of thing modern Arthur Morgan would post on his Facebook. On a Sunday at 9 a.m, two horses with their foreheads touching close, look into each other's eyes, bonding, showing affection together against the world. My coworker asked me to babysit the kitten she is fostering while she traveled. Kitten is laying it on thick. Must resist adopting. We need to melt down all the pennies and make the Statue of Liberty a girlfriend. The Statue of Liberty is a girl. Not every child will become a lawyer or a doctor. Teach your kids that it's okay to work with your hands and build cool stuff. Everyone, visible happiness. If someone disrespects you, address it immediately. Don't let anyone treat you anyhow. Never tolerate disrespect. The problem is, you don't even realize someone disrespected you until you're in the shower. She's literally right, you sexist piece of poop. Climb on it. Lesser soul gem. Making in real life mutuals at college. This is crazy. You mean friends? Guys online will say, check out this analog horror. It's so scary. Then you watch it and it's, what if the Statue of Liberty was evil? What if man smiled big? What if men smile? One of my favorite pieces of insane movie trivia is that the jaw-snapping helmet in Saw was 100% real and actually functioned. That picture looks like you just said that off screen to her mid-scene. I only lost because a moth flew onto my nuts while I was playing, and I panicked and slapped my nuts and lost the match. I'm waking up to moth and dust. I missed the moth and I slapped my nuts. They won't publish the book I wrote on penguins. Why? They say I should have written it on paper. Two consenting adults should be able to duel each other to the death without legal repercussions. I said what I said. I agree. Stay indoors here alone for 9 months with stable electricity, food, and Wi-Fi for 15 million. Are you in or out? In! Look at that view! Me opening that one message bro sent at 3 in the morning, thinking it's something important. Getting ready to move and I'm sad because I've been building up this dust layer on my Vita and it might get disturbed. How come that panda from Kung Fu Panda didn't even realize he was adopted? Bruh, your dad is a goose. This dude doesn't know science. This dude can't even stop eating. This door handle fits perfectly into this hole in the wall. Wow, it's almost like someone smashed the door into the wall. Or it just fits there perfectly out of randomness and luck. When you're on a cruise and see a raft waving, so they turn the ship around to find out it's pirates, so we leave them. I knew pirates were real and still active, but I didn't know their boats were so lame. This dude subbed to my OF just to send me his Valorant clips. Pretty decent clutch, I don't know. Cats constantly look at you like you just asked them for a ride to the airport. Me in public, listening to other people's conversations, which is obviously none of my business. What 3 words could possibly be better than I love you? All charges dismissed. Elon Musk. China will never be able to replicate our technology. China. Does bro paint in 144p? This style is called Airbruh. I like it. It's like a meme. The hardest part of being a substitute teacher is sometimes a 12-year-old walks into your classroom wearing a 10-gallon cowboy hat for no reason and you cannot under any circumstances say, hell yeah, bro, why are you sad all the time? My literal brain is sad. Popular YouTubers. Regular YouTube stuff. Try out every occupation at the same time and suck at it. They finished the game. Black Myth Wukong lost nearly 80% of players and we know why. Single player game. Ends. Idiots. They lost players? Is it true that Fortnite stops after bedtime? I want to play past 9 p.m, but my mum says I can't because the game stops working then. But like how, and why does it turn off after then? Yeah, it turns off so everyone can get a good night's sleep. I think they just unplug it somewhere. I don't know. First date idea. We sit and go through your TikTok reposts while you explain exactly what they mean. Dreads. My dad couldn't find Google Chrome, so I did this. POV. 8-year-old me crying because I had issues swallowing steak, and I just kept chewing and got nowhere. I tried all 41 items at Olive Garden. I know that kitchen staff wanted him dead. Fun fact. The context of the Cosmos screaming meme is that Timmy accidentally wished for Cosmos to get pregnant. I am not kidding. I only speak to you. Well, that wasn't very 1,489,381 snap score of you. I was on a catering gig and I found this sticker on this enormous metal decoration, and I felt the world should be exposed to this anonymous partygoer's act of true unfiltered heroism. What? I felt compelled to commit the unholy sin of putting the Carson DeLusa face on some characters. I go to work, I make my coworkers wonder what is wrong with me, and then I clock out. Ragebait often works on me because I was already angry before I read that. That weird neat girl with bizarre fetishes will save you. You just have to keep logging on and scrolling each day. The world record for the loudest thing ever shouted belongs to an Irish teacher. She shouted the word quiet 121 decibels. Sound as loud as a thunderclap or a chainsaw. Can you marry your gun in Texas? Yes, it's legal to marry your gun in Texas. What? You may now kiss the gun. Paul Bunyan, America's forgotten kaiju. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Johnny Appleseed, American's forgotten Ronin. Okay, I'm not being funny, but which one am I? I need to piss immediately. Bees and birds. You're a chick. Maybe you're a bee and a bird. Just go in both. If the bees don't like you, just go to the birds. And if the birds don't like you, go to the bees. And if neither like you, piss on both of the doors. Help! I just accidentally tried to say bagel chip and garlic chip at the same time, and it came out gargle sh. This is not a messed up car. Nomeo from Nomeo and Juliet. British is a spectrum. You can either be, "Oi mate, how's it going, Bev?" Or,
My name is King Williams II, heir to the throne of the British land.
just because I cheated on my boyfriend with you doesn't mean that I will cheat on you. That's what it does mean, yeah. I know it's cliche to say so, but this hospital is charging parents $39.95 to hold their newborn baby. What? This would go so hard in Vocaloid design. Walk with me. The Culkin brothers as the DCU 3 Jokers. This is how I find out there's 3 of them. A little girl in my street has a very old pug with severe arthritis. Today, I saw her gently strap him into a baby stroller and wait for the postie so they could chase after it, running and laughing as the pup barked like hell. You know, just in case you forgot what love means. Little kids are so dumb. Are we there yet? Yeah man, we're there. Our final destination is this random stretch of highway. Get it together. Billy Milligan was a criminal whose life was so disturbed that his mind fractured into at least 24 personalities. For each one, his speech pattern was different and his accents were different. He also sat different ways in a chair, eating pepper-nosed pizza while sipping on Pippi soda. If only we were in Ohio, God forbid. I want to visit Ohio. Is this a bad idea? Today I learned those cupcake machines at airports blast music when you order. Hey, this guy likes sprinkles. I don't know what happened to me there. I once dove out the drive-through window while my coworker held my ankles to get a quarter that a lady had dropped in the road and told us we could keep. I almost had it, and then a car pulled up and made eye contact with me, so they reeled me back, and when she pulled up, she took our quarter. Psychological games. She won it. She deserved that quarter. You got mogged. I'm at the age where if my partner leaves her cell phone unlocked, I lock it. I have enough problems already. And this is how you get more problems. Why are you even doing that though? Just because it's unlocked doesn't mean you have to go through it. My cat is unbothered by everything and adores new places and people. Today at the vet's office, she was purring so loud the doctor couldn't hear her heartbeat, so she had to briefly cover her nose to stop the purring. 1 in 6 millennials have saved 100,000. Here's how much you should have at every age. On what planet? I'm a millennial, and if I thought any of my friends had this much cash saved, I would rob them myself. Please no more than 5 people in the elevator at a time, as not to have any issues. Maybe fix the other 2 and we won't have to cram into this one. Thanks, everyone that works here. I eat lunch leaf for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. People keep talking about mold, but is there a video of a new lunch leaf box being opened and there is mold in it? No. I stand corrected. There are videos, but I hadn't seen them. Idiot. Oh, it's a fake Logan account, but this is something Logan would tweet. New in NYC. A cube made from $11 million worth of solid gold sitting in Central Park. There are 100,000 homeless students in New York City. The original sin of the internet will be always relying on advertising to fund our information architecture. Without exaggeration, we messed up that one so bad. The exact moment Jonah Hill dropped his iced coffee. Jonah spill. Kermit the Frog is more iconic than Mickey Mouse, because if you heard someone named Mickey, you'd be like, okay, sure. But if someone said their name was Kermit, you would be like, huh? The frog? I don't know why, but I kind of get this. Today I learned that Spain had a king who was so malformed due to incest that he couldn't close his mouth and ended up destroying his entire dynasty. That's just how Spaniards are. I think as a society, we should go back to designing furniture with little feet. It would heal us. Please look me in the eye and tell me this doesn't spark joy. Kissing booth. Kiss my ass for, is that $1 or $2? I don't know, but I'd pay for it. Donkeys are cute. I love donkeys. Uh-oh. My car wants me to buy drugs. Contact dealer. Colleges. Why are students so broke? Also colleges. 500, even schools did this. Expensive textbooks, $10 sandwiches, and the fees. Do you ever think about how weird it is that the moral of Frankenstein is kind of less just grave robbing is weird and creepy, and more, take some responsibility if you're going to do so. If you create a large corpse, son, you better be ready to love him. The pink dolphins. Roughly only about 2,000 of these remain. Recently spotted off the coast of Amazon River. This is untrue. No, this is a bottlenose dolphin photoshopped pink. I thought there were pink dolphins. Maybe they are pink, but not this pink. Daily reminder that a Redditor spent his time crafting Trump's face out of horse feces.
I sure showed him.
Every vampire movie ever. Let's go and kill the vampire, but at night when he's the most vulnerable. Service says fees to pay bills should be illegal. Why do I have to pay you to pay you? My apartment complex only takes card or cash. If you pay using card, they charge you a convenience fee, which is $51. The world has gone mad. I remember when a Freddo was 20p, or was it 10p? It was cheap. Back in my day, eggs and toilet paper were so abundant, we used to throw them at the houses of our enemies.
No way, Grandpa. Now we can't even get them if we wanted.
I am a violin maker, learning to tattoo, so here is a banana with the decoration from the Helios Strad violin. I am unemployed. Treat me on a date like this with some Netflix. I'm never leaving. Women be quick to want a date like this, but they little selves be full of 2 wings and 1 slice of pizza. Bro said keep the money. Which would you rather have? Get handed $750,000. Beat any NBA player in an MMA fight for 50 mil. Give me Paul George. Keep the money. This is personal. Genuinely, what is wrong with me? I hit a car, and when it was time for me to leave, I didn't know what to do, so I side hugged the guy I hit. Why can I not have one not awkward encounter with a person? I'll never forget. It was my coworker's first day of work, and he hugged all the staff goodbye before he left. The first girl I ever kind of really got to know. You know what I did when I was leaving? I took her back to her house. The date went really well. I shook her hand. I was like, I was 15. I didn't even know. I think she went in for a hug as well. It's so weird how you and my dad have all the same interests. Freud was right. Or was he? Didn't he get his theory wrong? I think it's regarding, the attraction to your mother, but it's not actually your mother. It's just the things that she does, the way she acts. It's not really how she looks. It's more her actions. I don't know. I could be waffling. When you get paid weekly, week 1, week 2. I would set a light goal for this, but it'd be really stupid to buy. Am I really gonna get the gorilla sofa with hands before getting a car? If this video gets 1 million likes, I will. The Wicked movie has recreated the iconic stage musical poster. They wanted to leave enough of their faces uncovered for them to be identifiable, but now it just doesn't look like the poster at all. Like, do the bit or don't, They ruined it. In English, they say, "You're beautiful." But in poetry, we say, "I wish I was one of your tears, so I could be born in your eyes, run down your cheek, and die on your lips." What even goes on here? You're a British man. It's like a 4-hour drive. Just go find out. A fish's life is just as valuable to them as yours is to you. How come fish can eat other fish, but we can't eat fish? They got blocked. The caption: "He tried to carry me out of the friend zone, but it didn't work." 5-year-old daughter: "Why does mum wear makeup?" Me: "To look pretty, but she's already pretty." Aw, dad, you should wear makeup. Who lied to men and told them they were logical? Their mums. So women. That's not what I said. How the hell do people get the average PP size for each country? Am I supposed to submit something to the national PP database? No, that would only lower the average. So I heard a hamburger and ketchup really go well together. His glasses are so strong, I can see his ears twice. Today I got a package from Duolingo. I know where you live now. Doing the deed with men is rarely enjoyable. Gay dudes seem to be having a blast, so maybe it's not a man problem. Oh, hey twin. Mr. Clune. I feel like he a dude that used to throw hands a lot, but then found cologne, suits, and God. All guys do is lie. All women do is believe. Spending 200k on veneers just for everyone to say they look bad. Could eat a corn through a chain link fence. Last time a girl took accountability was BC. Birth control? Before Christ. That's gonna be in there for more than a day, bud. I'm not your buddy, pal. Oh, sorry for the misunderstanding. Bud in that context was short for Buddha because you seem at peace with being fat. This is actually an epic response. I'm glad they didn't even try to argue back with that. They accepted their L. Is it bad that you ain't got straight teeth? Git, my teeth are straighter than the pole your mum dances up. The federal government is suing Arizona for placing shipping containers at the border as a temporary wall. Imagine suing someone for doing your job for you. My friend was metal detecting and found a 400-year-old coin. It looks like he spent 400 years looking for it. Dude's hands are decomposing. Get him some moisturizer. Baby girl and I. Stick. Is it a real person? I don't know you. Please delete my picture. Not even a stick girl wants you, bro. When I let my ex carry a 40-pack of water up 2 flights of stairs, that's when I knew I didn't love her anymore. She sat it down and took a breath on the landing, and I just walked around her. Well, if she can pick up on hints, she can now tell. I'm craving 5 guys right now. I got 4 homies, so what's up? I'm talking about the burger place. That one guy in class who lectures everyone, but scores 0 in exam. British men stopped wearing this hat some years ago and started getting it as a haircut instead. Not me, though! This guy's that one person at the party who oversins happy birthday? Which celebrity passport photo is clearing? Why does Beyonce look like she's in a true crime series? Because she killed her husband. There's something we don't know about Beyonce. Citizens, we want affordable healthcare. Government, why are McDonald's McFlurry machines always broken? The US government is set to find out. McDonald's mukbang. I feel like Nick is the human embodiment of the voice in your head that tells you to crash your car while you're driving. Some people are born to make history, but she was born to delete history. I bet when you walk, your tits give each other high fives. Piers Morgan is named the UK's 40th. No, he's not. Do they only have 40 men in the UK? My only talent is breathing. I said this to my mum and she just said, you have asthma. College students do not have to go into debt to get a degree. They can work their way through like many of us did before the day of student loans. Ma'am, you were classmates with Moses. When college classes costed only a few shekels. Held up the grocery line because the card reader couldn't read my Apple Watch. Elderly man behind me. Let's move this along, future boy. Jake Paul is the type of guy to throw a rock at the ground and miss. 25-year-old man Jason joyfully announces that he is expecting his first child with his 63-year-old wife. That mummy at least 80 is breaking. The police officer who arrested Scotty Scheffler. My man looks like if he had a great fall, it would take all the king's horses and all the king's men to put him back together again. My dentist asked, are you a gamer? I was confused. Yeah? He was like, you grind your teeth at night, and by telling me the decay, you're not a very good one. Another reason for not to be a team player anymore. I love this game. It got me back into studying. What in the turkey teeth, financed Merc, crushed velvet interior, live, laugh, love, final boss of you. I ain't going for the best post ever vibe. I'm going for that it's 4 a.m. and this is literally the only post that has popped up in my feed in 30 minutes, so I might as well reblog it vibe. You failed at both. I am going to liquidate all my assets and use the money to hire hitmen to slap you daily for the rest of your life. If you are not disabled and you park here, you soon will be. They look like if you turned the Angry Birds human. Ma'am, when we want your opinion, we'll ask your husband or father for it. You say that, yet I know the difference between a question and an opinion, chud. What's a woman? Someone who covers their drink when you walk by. Donnie, you gotta deactivate, man. This is deeply unnatural. He looks like a computer-generated image of what a kidnapped child looks like as an adult. You have the eyes of a neglected hamster, an anxious hamster. I can see the OF in her eyes. Baby boomers did that thing where you leave a single square of toilet paper on the roll and pretend it's not your turn to change it, but with a whole society. Animals be 20 minutes old and already know what to do. Meanwhile, human babies come out with a spot on their head that ain't finished yet, and the communication skills of an alarm clock. How the hell have we evolved? I don't know. Pure luck. What are some things that sound like compliments but are actually insults? No, I don't think that's a compliment. You're beautiful in your own way. Joe Rogan admits schools don't have litter boxes for kids who identify as furries. Schools barely have lunch for kids who identify as hungry. How it feels to exist solely for the purpose of downloading other browsers. If you're a woman and can't cook, it's like, what were you doing during your preteens and teen years? Being a Minecraft hoe. Gotcha. Working my butt off at school so I can be a boss and hire you as my chef since you're so good at cooking. What is he wearing? Looks like he dressed up as a baby crib for Halloween and forgot to change after the party. Just a short reminder, your outfit from Zara isn't old money. It's no money. It looks like you're smuggling an Xbox One controller in your mouth. She looks like if you hit her head with a spoon, it'll sound like a gong. Something like that. My girlfriend's so beautiful. I love her so much. I'll let her ruin me. Wait, your girlfriend is Harry Styles? 105-year-old woman receives her master's degree from Stanford University. Congrats to her, but what is she gonna do with a master's at 103 years old? Bro could smoke a cigar in the rain. Profoundly mid-anguloid peasant phenotype. You should be in the fields, not voting. No matter how cold it gets, there is always this person. I make $16 an hour packaging boxes at the Amazon distribution center. I'll be damned if guys that's flipping burgers make as much money as me doing skilled labor. Bezos makes $150,000 a minute and pays you $16 an hour, but you're mad at checks notes. McDonald's fry cooks? You on steroids? He's barely on breakfast. Can someone please explain? Mike Wazowski. I think my girlfriend's professor makes super suits on the side. She's not short enough. Me when I'm in Ohio and the Rizzler tries to grab my gyat, but I don't have my phantom tax. I wish I never learned to read, and then I would have been spared from reading this abomination of a sentence. Kid's got the fighting stance of a starving penguin, but he is the reason they call the toothbrush a toothbrush. These are two of the richest comedians in the world, and most of that money is from saving on shampoo. This is how cartoon sheriffs be sleeping with the jail keys dangling out of his pocket within arm's reach. A sniper's dream. You can't miss a headshot on this guy. Roses are red, violets are blue. Your 2 inches felt like 6 because I had feelings for you. You should be an actor then. Enough for today. My husband is taking me tomorrow for soaping. What should I buy? A dictionary. You, Mr. Beans. Who is not picking Mr. Beans? Not enough yeast in the world for how much bread I'm about to make. I lost 3 grand. Jake out here looking like a crescent moon. Roided out chin. Knight and her princess. Girl, go find an actual knight. The only thing that guy is battling is AliExpress shipping times. Apple CEO Tim Cook. Pay falls to 63 million. Oh damn. I hope he's able to scrape by with that. 60, is that it? Come on, man. This guy's gonna suffer. Prayers in the comments for Tim Cook, man. This guy's suffering. It's not a micrometer. Yeah, if we wanted that, we'd just tattoo your pee-pee. Micrometers are used to measure with accuracy, not small things. I wish my pee-pee was consistent, but it varies greatly based off if your mum has a bag over her head or not. Tinder has trained a bot to swipe based on his preferences and used ChatGPT to chat with over 5,000 women. Now he is engaged to the woman ChatGPT suggested he proposed to. ChatGPT got a girl before me. To the person currently outbidding me on my first house, I know where you are about to live. Seize this mess. I hope you fall down the stairs choking on a cheese stick, and I hope you get tripped and scrape your knees. You're built like a ring pop. I was telling my mum how dating is hard because I'm out meeting plenty of people, but it seems like everyone my age is already paired off, and she goes, maybe you can find a man who's just woken up from a coma. Breaking news. Singer-songwriter Lana Del Rey has been eaten by a pelican. I once got roofied in an Applebee's, and the food was still the worst thing that happened to me that night. I've never been to Applebee's. I won't be going after hearing this. Men posed as marshals to avoid masks at Florida resort. Dude on the left looks like a warm-up version of the dude on the right. Billie Eilish dresses like she got her clothes stolen at the gym, so they gave her what they had in the lost and found bin. You ain't aged a bit since Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. This is not a drill. It's a hammer. I hope you are eaten alive by an oversized beaver while you sleep. How do I even respond to that? Fortifying your walls. They finally did it. They made a movie nobody is going to pirate. Woman who got an eyeball tattoo may lose her eye. Now she's warning others. No need to warn me. I'm not stupid. You look like meth. You look smart. Also like a serial killer. Maybe I'm wrong. Hope so. Laser Dim and Dave Blunts. This collab could be huge. They look like 2 clumsy assistants a villain has. Without a doubt, one of the most accurate memes I've seen. We had several extremely attractive women begging to join us. I told them to get bent. The hot tub is for alpha males. I've seen gay not safe for work content straighter than this. Rushing off the bus this morning, I slipped and fell. $2 worth of change fell out my pocket. This lady gone yell. Damn Sonic, you good? Almost snapped on her. Instagram creators are so crazy. Like, I'm not taking life advice from someone who didn't want their own nose, bro. Without that mustache, he would look like a student marrying his teacher. But even with that mustache, he still looks like a student marrying his teacher. Just wearing a fake mustache. MAGA-themed wedding pays tribute to Trump. How empty is your life when you make your wedding about another man? This is what Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy would actually look like if they grew up in the 80s. She shows up for a blind date. What do you do? Put candy in her bag? I didn't know Halloween was today. Donald looks like he's wearing 3 years worth of Christmas gifts from his grandma. Chris Pine looks like a one-time Wimbledon ladies single champion working as a tennis commentator. My brother saved his Capri Sun for later. Who the hell can't finish a Capri Sun? I'm done with video games, drinking, watching not safe for work content, and finally ready to settle with a nice lady and start a family. Stop eating animals without barbecue sauce. Nice try, vegans. Breaking. Buddy Healed has been traded to the Warriors. I know apples be scared when he walk in the store. He could eat an apple in one. How is his mouth that big? Ariana Grande looks like a Disney princess using her one wish to her fairy godmother to ask for the world's biggest can of Monster Energy drink. A talking Monster Energy drink. Who can sing? Bro looks like the Spotify app icon. Why does your mouth move in italic? Somebody threw Yoda through a window. I'm actually in 4 states at once. If you count crippling depression, bro really looks like an imaginary friend. He looks like he disappears when you wake up. You kinda look like a mop. How much Robux was the fit, bro? His kids are going to say their first words before he does. Enjoying a meal with a friend, and a man came by, threw this on a table, and ran out the store. Both of you are beautiful, but is light skin one taken? Bro writes like the damn Chick-fil-A cows. She looks like she's gonna tell you that you've brought dishonor to your family. I was thinking about getting a pair of blazers. How do they fit? Bro looks like Buzz from Home Alone. I need to discuss Dylan on Bake Off. It looks very easy to make on Sims 4. Hello. John Cena did in these 2 pictures what Harry Styles couldn't in countless photo shoots. First he'll host the Oscars, and then be announced as 007. Big year for Mr. Holland. We want 007, not... Hey, come on. I like Tom Holland. Every time I hear alpha male, I think of it in terms of software, unfit for the public, and full of unresolved issues. At least a beta male is further down the development line. Did you fall into grandma's sewing drawer? Drugs should be legal, but they should mandate putting this picture on drug packaging, like they put rotten teeth and tumors on cigarettes. Official portrait of Charles and Camilla. They look like the front of a Party City costume pack. KSI, thick of it. Honestly, if it had a different beat, different melody, different lyrics, sound effects, artist, different theme, message, and a different genre, it could have went hard. Just somehow ratioed the actual video. It's amazing when people who don't live here care about American politics. Nobody gives a damn about European politics. We are your heroes and gods. If they are gods, then they're Greek gods. Utterly useless and smashing their sister. How I always leave the hotel room, so room service knows what went down. If you had time to set this up, the hotel staff already knows nothing happened. That burn's gonna leave a generational mark, if Opie ever has a child, that is. Jojo Siwa reveals that she isn't innocent after all. Just wait until I drop that F-bomb, she warns. She's like when you give a homeschooled kid a Mountain Dew. Man, I make 6 figures. The 6 figures? That is 6. It looks like pot of greed. Of course 100k isn't enough. He dances like a toddler who is still figuring out how his arms work. Legendary boxer Mike Tyson is ready to pay $10 million to any guy who marries his daughter. What's her ring size? Onion. Your head looks like if you lightly squeezed the bottom of a water balloon. It just doesn't pop. Kim Kardashian. She looks like a weird collection of spare parts. It looks like someone tried to draw a blow-up doll from memory. This is the perfect description. Hey, I'm loving your video so far, but I really feel like the need to say you look like Dream if he was in Ratatouille. Seeing a Cybertruck in the wild is fun, because only 3,000 have been sold, so it's like, oh wow, there's our town's biggest dip. Look at him go. Condoms are free at campus, but printing isn't. So sex is more important than our assignments. Condoms are free because sex can cause serious health issues if it is carelessly done and can kill you as well. Lack of education won't kill you. I think it will. I think lack of education can. It'll just make you compare sex to printing. Enough with the WFH sweatpants. Just like the adult you're getting paid to be. I'm not taking fashion advice from a guy who looks like he runs the bumper boats at segregation-themed amusement parks. She's praying for more. I would be too. That's not a lot of... Actually, that is a lot of food. What is that yellow stuff, though? Macaroni and chicken? The US dollar, the most valuable currency on Earth. 50k USD would basically make you a millionaire in London or Paris, where they use pounds and euros, and both of which are worth more than dollars. A pound is a use of measurement, bro. We're talking about currency. British street food looks like something a dog would make if it could be a human for a day, okay? American food is death. I don't know. Am I right? My coworker wants a turn. He says he's heard every fat joke in the book, so please be creative. He'll only have to hear the fat jokes for a few more years. I was told I was kissed by an angel on my face. Did the angel kiss you with its boot? I need attention 1999. I need attention 2024. I don't mind the Cybertrucks. I think I'm the only one who actually kind of likes it. Charlie looks like when Deadpool gets torn in half and he grows back a baby's bottom half. You're a 10, but it's on the pH scale. Why does this guy seem like he's the patient who killed the actual psychiatrist and is impersonating him at the trial? I need to know the context. If that blade was any more blunt, Snoop Dogg would try and smoke it. Jessica, Anne, Matthew, photographed by Martin for Interstellar. They look like the founders of a startup that will end up in a Senate hearing. Elon Musk's daughter, Vivian, calls dad a heinous incel after he offered to give Taylor Swift a child. Imagine being called an incel by the person who came from your balls. Remember when the killer robot looked like a killer robot and not the manager of Home Depot? His face looks like he just poured a bowl of cereal and found out there wasn't any milk. I had this happen to me 2 months ago. Not a good night. Not a good night. 1 star. People are extremely rude here. I waited several months for paperwork, and even after the paperwork I waited another month. Waiting for paperwork is not an example of rudeness. They were looking for a job and they're annoyed that they're going through applications. Andrew Garfield looks like he bit people. Bro lost a baddie and started terrorizing the whole galaxy. Define crash out. Anakin. Florida woman allegedly assaulted 2 people for doing inappropriate stretches at a pool. She attacked us. I'm sorry, but it would be so easy to make a meme of her. You are filming a romantic comedy. I'm sorry, I don't have celebs saved on my phone because I'm not a loser. He did the pregnancy celebration because he'll deliver his next goal in 9 months. Imagine being a footballer and reading this under one of your goals. What's the best way to tell someone that their baby is ugly? Aw, they look just like you. Sarah Palin now looks like she's vacationed in, I don't know where this place is. She looks like a cocktail waitress on an oil rig. Last one before it counts. These look like actors playing Bulls, Greek god and Greek yogurt. My wife says that it's my butt and legs. She says that my lower half of my body is that of a Greek god, but the upper part is more like a Greek yogurt. Twitter ain't ready for this take right now, but it's okay to be white. Cybertruck, what the hell has happened to his finger? Hip firing my Barrett 50 cal. Say hello to my only friend. Not even playing cards and still pulled a queen. More of a king, but whoa, hold up. Who's the king? Me. You're the Joker card everyone throws away. POV, your brain is as smooth as the perfectly polished silicone sphere they made to redefine the kilogram. If you scaled that thing up to the size of Earth, the biggest bump would be the size of a grain of salt. We got married. I support you because no offspring deserves this type of head. The cycle ends with you guys. I love British street food. Oh, I read this before, but it's gold. I don't like this type of slander. Beans, potatoes, jacket potatoes and cheese, butter. This looks like the first thing a dog would make to eat after turning into a human. Story of my life. How tall are you, Robbie? How tall do I need to be? Taller than you think, Robbie. I'm 5'10". Roast me. No need to roast. You're close enough to hell as it is. The closest thing I'll come to hell is talking to you. This is fun. I like this. Who are we gonna call when I need something from the top shelf? We could call your dad, but I'm assuming he's not in the picture. The virus started this year when I was 21. I'll be 37 this year. Why did I read this in my voice? How else does reading work?
Because you can talk like this and read like this. Hello, I am actually VaazkL. I just pretend to be a human because every person who makes content on YouTube is a human. And if I was an alien, I think I would get segregated.
Why does so many car headrests feel like this? Software engineer wore an Apple Vision Pro to his wedding. Her face says it all. Why am I marrying this guy? Why can I gamble on my Amazon delivery date? Do you either want to try and get it on Wednesday to Friday or guaranteed on Thursday? Thinking about this woman who recorded this as a workout on Strava. Giving birth, 5 hours and 37 minutes. Average heart rate, 81. Calories, 914. My mum got me cigarettes for my birthday. I think I love her. I think she hates you. What kids drink today versus what we drank. Who agrees? Casual versus competitive lead drinking. I met a microbiologist today. He was a lot bigger than I expected. Hawk tour girl. No way, I love this lady. I signed a deal with Kick. I'm tired of pretending that hard work will get me somewhere in life. For those guys who hate light mode, do you read your books that look like this? Bro really said this, then showed us the sickest looking book ever. Cleanest mannequins ever. Slenderman said. Me, when my pages are collected. French Excalibur vanishes from rocket had been stuck in the past 1300 years. Alright, which one of you dorks is now king of France? YouTube rewatched the ad if you look away. This would be my last stroll with the internet, and I'm so serious. One time I saw two rats doing this. Does anybody know what it means? Thank you. I think they're just communicating about wanting more food. Me, it's not illegal. Cop, staring at my trunk filled with creamy peanut butter. It's just so much, but it's not illegal. No, it's not. I could just smear peanut butter all on my walls right now. Maybe I should do that. Exercising my rights. UK to be blasted by 48-hour 26-degree heat wave with 5 cities in England. British people, when the temperature hits high 70s. All cats deserve a self-portrait. No disrespect to this beautiful cat, but she did not paint this. And how would you know? Are you its owner? No. Didn't think so, Sarah. Don't be such a hater. I'll never forget when this kid at Marshall's was under the aisles and he got stuck and I just took a picture and left. Yo, you should help the kid out. He's probably still under there. Elon Musk says Tesla's new Optimus robots can do anything you want. Anything I want? I'll get this when it has a mouth. Free my cousin. Keep that guy locked up. My friends are awful. The commitment to making me believe it was a fancy dress superhero themed party and not a black tie event was 10 out of 10. I commend it. They got me good. I just feel like a puppy would solve all of my problems. Update, my puppy has actually created more problems in my life. Roses are red, melons are Melanie. Felony named Felony, charged with new felonies. 54 minutes early, my new domestic record. There's a pilot speed running community. I'm in a Teams meeting with 80 people, and this icon is calling me like the Green Goblin mask. Take control. I dropped my letter bead container. I will be crying if you need me. I'm actively sobbing. All cleaned up. Dad's driving to the airport at 3 a.m. for a flight at 10 a.m. Girls will be like, 1 year with my absolute world. This is the picture. Dinner is served. If landlords opened a restaurant, no one. College student. If they hit me, they hit me. Here you go, bro. Oh, your arm's pretty long. Okay. Amazon keeps recommending me these. I don't need the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Leave me alone. Judging by the adrenaline rush I get when I change my phone's wallpaper, it's safe to say that one line of drugs would immediately kill me. My little brother. Hey, you free? Yeah, what's up? Which color bunny for you? If I was born into a noble house with a bad sigil, I'd be so mad. Like, I'd marry myself out of this so fast. Lips. 2 large pink lips on a dark blue field. East Coast students first thought after an earthquake. Can we get an extension on final? Update. 1 answer. We extended the deadline by the duration of the earthquake. 1 minute. Only one other guy seeing this movie. I'm about to make this guy's night. Imagine just booking the cinema. You're like, oh no way, it's empty. And the one person in the cinema with you is sitting right next to you. My FLI has terminal cancer and he's building his own coffin. And if that's not the hardest thing ever, Apple is replacing the pistol emoji with a green water gun in the next version of iOS 10. Are you kidding me? I remember this downgrade. It was hated globally. Our first date. That's what them stray cats be eating in cartoons. This is the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life. But yeah, so I kind of have a crush on you. Have we not been on like 3 dates already? Or did I completely misread what we were doing? Swimmer gold medalist sleeping in the park. He criticized the lack of AC inside the village. Men are so funny wearing their little jerseys. I'm just like my favorite football man. Haha, you sure are, little guy. 19 years ago today, Madonna released Hung Up. She was 16, mind you. 16 minutes older than the pyramids. Help. What traumatized you as a kid? Changing the phone's language setting to a random language and not being able to change it back to English. Who's afraid of little old me? It's for the girls who were always the butt of the joke in their friend group. Fun fact, when I was 12, my quote-unquote friends orchestrated a fake reality show roast ceremony where they publicly voted me out of the friend group at lunchtime. It was so brutal that almost all of them tracked me down in adulthood to apologize. Finally gets a great movie. Nobody sees it. Transformers fans really can't have anything. When I am served half an egg at a restaurant, I wonder to myself, who has the other half of my egg? 2 strangers living their lives, sharing an egg. Daisy, a 55-kilogram Saint Bernard who refused to climb down the scaffold pike, had to be rescued by a team of 14 people. Carrying her on a stretcher is today's mood. These pictures have a kinship to me. They are long-lost friends. Banks should do a better job of keeping their ATMs filled. This is the 3rd one I've been to that says insufficient funds. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? I don't know what they're called, but I know what I'm seeing. Getting him to say he would still love me if I was a worm. So I can point at worms when we go for walks and say, sorry, I can't be her. And I'll say, but you can be her. I have a device, a worminator. I zap you with this gun and you turn into a worm. Every worm you see when you walk is one of my girlfriends. I've lost my mind. There's a fox at the lesbian bar. Legit call from the school. Principal, I just wanted to touch base with you. Your daughter was baiting seagulls into the playground with gummy worms and actually caught one, like in her arms. It did bite her, not hard, but I needed to inform you that we filed an incident report. This is easily the biggest downgrade in history. British insults are so funny. Literally just stick the words, you absolute, in front of any noun and you have yourself a top tier British insult. Ask any British person and they'll confirm this. Yes, we confirm. I confirm. I've got a good feeling about this one. She jacking o' my lantern till I holler ween. That controller rocks. I've never heard of this guy in my life. What's up, James, you idiot? Who is this? Well, you idiot. It's the Big Biscuit. How you been, dude? The what? The Big Biscuit. You don't know the Big Biscuit? Airline attendant. We are now boarding for Group 1 only. I repeat, Group 1 only. Someone from Group 6. Absolutely crushed it on Teams today, lads. You got 37 reactions on Teams? You must have wrote something to get those people chuckling. Boyfriend's twin brothers are beefing in their group chat about the right way to make gravy. I'm about to abuse the hell out of this image. Like, there are words I am no longer allowed to call you that would bring you to your knees for the way you're treating me right now. When you run out of spell slots and just say screw it and throw your orb. Couples have an amount they can spend up to without discussing with each other. Mine is around $50. My wife's is around $643. President Jimmy Carter once told a joke during a speech in Japan that caused the audience to burst into laughter. Impressed, he asked how the interpreter got such a laugh. The interpreter admitted to saying, President Carter told a funny story. Everyone must laugh. 2025 is less than 3 months away. 2019 is going to be 6 years ago. Somewhere between then and now, we grew up. Pre-2020 feels like another lifetime. Man, Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. King. Who? Man. The big egg guy. The what? Man. We need all your horses and men to put him back together. Okay. Turns and whispers to advisor. What the f is going on? I am selling stuff on Facebook before we move. My husband asked me to post his ladder. I said, no one wants your ladder. I have big items like benches and couches and tables. I post the ladder and friends, it is complete mayhem. Every man within 50 miles wants this ladder. Please share your favorite examples of absolutely terrible graphs/figures. Apparently Indian women are very, very short. You wouldn't think they're 5 foot though. Based off these images, you'd think they're like 1 foot. Glenn Powell and Gigi Paris have broken up. They keep creating random famous people out of thin air and expect me to play along. This is like the guy that didn't know oven mitts were a thing and would go, oh, I hate this part. Before reaching into the oven and screaming while pulling out the cooking tray. I don't think I need to read the rest of this. I don't know how you just found this out, but God bless you. Why are there so many 23-year-olds? Because in 1999, people thought the world was going to end. Do you ever talk to someone and think, yes, this is why I don't tell you anything? Yes, I have a mum. If you date a person with a skill, they will do that skill in your house. Sims loading screen advice. Lol, I rejected this sweet guy various times. Then a couple of months later, he's dating someone new. Saw him on the train with her after school. Then once I got home, I cried. Why? You rejected him. Putting Reddit at the end of every question I have on Google because I will never trust an AI. I need John from 13 years ago that has the same problem as me to solve it. Got entirely roasted by TSA. Him. What is this? Me. A jar of caramel. Why do you have a jar of caramel? Christmas gift? For who? I'm going to see my boyfriend's family. And you thought, oh, I'll bring them a jar of caramel. And then he laughed at me. Hotel check-in/checkout times will never make sense to me. You want me to check in when the day is almost over, but I should leave the hotel early? It's like, yes, leave at 11, but the room won't be ready until 3 or 4. Bruh. At this point, I'm willing to pay more money for appliances with 0 smart features and physical controls for everything. I interned at Google, and it was the most unserious place I've ever worked. Full-grown adults playing in ball pits, going down slides and sneaking their family of 10 to get free dinner. My friend told me that his Google office allowed dogs, and if someone brought in a puppy, basically no work would get done that day. So this is why Google support sucks. Looking for another publisher to start beef with for social engagement. Diss track/games not mandatory, but certainly welcome. I've sold more copies of Terraria than all of your games combined. Cool, but do you need a publisher for Terraria too? Brother, you need to clap back. What is this? It's like if you get beaten up by a dude and then be like, can I work for you? Here is my number. We aren't good beefers. Frankly, that's none of my business. Unveil elephant secrets with Bing. 17-year-old autistic son was kicked out of a Zoom meeting on Friday for being rude to an underwater welder doing a career presentation. I told him he needed to apologize. I checked his sent emails. Apology for the underwater guy. Hey, I have made it a... Okay, he just copied Logan Paul. Dude does not care. Dude, this is like the funniest thing ever to me. The Burger King in my town was so bad. They were cut off from the chain and are now just called Burger. They still have the same menu too, just with different names. You can tell potato chips are healthy and natural when the bag is matte instead of glossy. Expecting parents, please, I beg you, please look at what your child's name will be spelled backwards. Sincerely, Malena. Why choose VPN Turbo Master? This is the single funniest Twitter ad I've ever seen. It gets better the more you look at it. They used to have Apple and Nike advertising on this website. My boyfriend will whisper, "Bye room." When we're leaving the hotel we stayed in for one night, came downstairs to find Lee making tentacle Cthulhu bread while shouting, "Rise, my master." So long, suckers. I rev up my motorcycle and create huge clouds of smoke. When the cloud dissipates, I'm lying completely dead on the pavement. Can't believe I spent 11 years of my life asking teachers if I was allowed to use the bathroom and sometimes be told no. What? Women have periods, pregnancy, and menopause. What do men have? A couple beers. Am I right, fellas? Bugs annoying as hell. They got the whole world to explore, but want to be in my house. 7-Eleven announced bring your own cup day, and you can fill anything with Slurpee for $1.99 on April 13th. I took this photo in 2016. I had to beg my mum and uncle to take me. I was so proud I made her snap a photo. Until this day, somehow, some way, it's still going viral. Long extinct woolly mammoth will be brought back within just 4 years, entrepreneur claims. The year is 1999, and the long extinct mammoth will be resurrected in 5 years. Same thing said in 2015, and same thing said in 2024. Nah, I believe it this time, come on. My husband saw a rabbit in our yard eating grass and said, that would be like sitting in a field of French fries. Extremely cute girl at Chick-fil-A gave me 4 free food vouchers because because I seemed cool and told me she was off in 15 minutes. And I just said, "Oh yeah," and left. They must have thought I said, "Mo onions. Gross. Looks like rice." I like rice. I don't know why. I just don't like, I don't like the McDonald's onions. Just got in trouble for saying, "Thanks everyone," in the work group chat. After I asked a question and nobody answered it. Tupperware has filed for bankruptcy. Make good product. Too good. Nobody buys new ones because they last so long. Goes bankrupt. That's why they make things to break now. Things used to be made to last, now they're made to break. Welcome to your 40s. You say things like, "I love this cutting board and it doesn't even bother you." Microwave. Would you like your food too hot or too cold? What if you just cooked it right? What if you just cooked it right? Okay, Goldilocks. The vegetables in my freezer. Watching me grab pizza rolls again. I hope this emo kills us both. I hope this emo gets lost and never found. This is the plot of Dune. The child growing in my belly will be born. It has the capacity to out-pizza the Hut. Prepare yourselves. Boots with the fur. Okay, this is the first time I have considered that the boots themselves did not have the fur. Mia 24. Wow, I'm terrified of growing older. Mia at ball. They put music from the 50s and 60s in medicine commercials to appeal to the older generation. Meaning, sometime in the future, Despacito will be playing on a commercial for laxatives. Oh my god, it's Horseshoe Crab making beats. I didn't know they were musical like that. Waking up early is cool until it starts feeling like you've had a long day at 10 a.m. Caveman Oppenheimer having an existential crisis after inventing a sharp stick.
What have I done? Oh, a caveman used this to hurt other caveman. Oh, I'm responsible.
The consequence has got to be my top 3 least favorite parts of my actions. My closet must be bipolar, the way it keeps throwing fits at me. My girlfriend just asked me if I could make her another couple bits of toast. She probably thought I would need to get a second knife dirty. Wrong. It carefully rested the original knife on the edge of the sink. I've been training my whole life for this moment. I once saw a butcher chase a dog out of his shop, and the dog actually had sausages in its mouth. Have you ever seen anything in real life that only happens in cartoons? I think just now finding out Americans don't measure paper by A4, A3, A2 has actually changed the trajectory of my life. I never thought this. This is how an Italian news program represented a hacker. Who wins, Homelander or Sportacus? Sportacus after biting an apple. He owes me money. A gang of delinquents appear at the convenience store. Every time a new game comes out on PC, there's a tweet like, "Yo, the modding community is insane." And the mods just look like this. I used to work at a haunted house, and I pitched a room that was a long black hallway leading to a door that said, "Employees only." And if you were brave enough to open that, there was a sweaty guy in half a gorilla suit eating a sub saying, "You guys can't be back here." Someone stole my debit card. Went and spent $60 at a restaurant, and only left a $4 tip. It's not even your card, and you leave a $4 tip. Unreal. And who is your primary care doctor? Buddy, it's 2024. Are you also going to ask me who my butler is, or where I've parked my Lamborghini? Be for real. Remembering how common it was in like the early 90s for a kid to say, "Hey," as some old timer to respond with, "Hey, it's for horses," as part of some kind of campaign to label "hey" as rude, and force kids to not say it. They're gone now, and we still say "hey." You lost, old timers. Greetings, that's what they want you to say. Harrison Ford on if he will turn into Red Hulk in Captain America Brave New World. What is a Red Hulk? This is the only time one of these actors said this, where I'm like, he actually might not know though. That was a time when we respected the computer. Sorry for being nostalgia baited, but it was kind of nice where the internet was a single, solitary, unmoving place, instead of a terror that extends to everywhere. You went to this specific spot to go to the internet. When you left the spot, you left the internet. It was a place. There should be a take your friend to work day, so we can actually see what our friends do all day and meet the characters from all their work stories. Take your kids to work day was too early. The adults need this way more. Me. Accidentally types URL wrong one time. Navigation bar. Every day for 15 years. Do you want to go to Face Boot today? Huh? You want to visit a boot with a face on it? Huh? Is that what you want to do? Moron. A guy with hydration pack, 2 hiking sticks and a North Face vest. My 5-year-old walked the same trail in Crocs carrying a naked Barbie. Relax. It's so wild that there are people who can identify cars by sight. Like instead of brown truck or gray sedan, they go, "That Mazda myopia is turning left beside." This is literally what one of my best friend does. I don't know how he does it. He would see a Toyota and he'd be like, "Skibbity toilet Toyota, skibbity brain rot, bring the boom, we bring the boom." Once again, it's 4 p.m. Too early for a beer, too late for a coffee. And so I find myself roaming the streets, desperate to spend $8 on a mysterious third beverage. Let's normalize not having weddings. Just sign your paperwork in private and go on a honeymoon. Screw them other people. Once again, I have fallen for life's biggest scam. Being 2 hours early for a flight, only for security to take roughly 7 minutes. A Mexican party with 300 people and loud music will be happening next door at 3 in the morning. And you go and find out what they're celebrating, and it's usually a 2-year-old's birthday party who already went to bed 5 hours ago and just wanted a reason to party hard. I can't blame him. My son says he doesn't like being born on December 31st because it takes too long to get to his next birthday. I tried explaining to him that it's the same for everyone, but part of me kind of got what he was saying. Hate when you tell a hilarious story and then everyone's like, OMG, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Like, get with the program, honey. We're laughing about this. I'm ending myself. Hey, sorry to hear about your recent problems with random internet perverts. I assure you, I trips and lands right at your feet. Oh, I'm so sorry. Takes off your boots. Oh, Butterfingers, I'm sorry. I'm such a klutz. I apologize, my lady. I bought my dad some mugs with little ceramic doggers at the bottom. He just handed me coffee, but I can't fill it up more than that, or the dog will drown. Well, you've already put boiling water on his skin. Don't use Q-tips to clean your ears. You'll just push the wax in further. Well, yeah, sure, except for my special technique. If I use my special technique, then it's fine. If you're a young person, it might be hard to really understand this, but the whole world used to smell like cigarettes. We never discussed the emotional labor of guys holding back great jokes and comebacks to not make their girl cry. In from the cold. New airport set to open up in Greenland. Official Plague Inc. statement. We fully support the building of a new international airport in Greenland. There aren't any diseases or plagues there, right? They're almost falling asleep at 8 p.m. and then accidentally staying up and not being able to fall asleep at 3 a.m. pipeline. Too accurate. Is there someone watching me? Michaela? I don't know how to say your name. How is this so relatable? I told my homies I love you, and this is what I got back. I love you, bro. Are you ending yourself? I love you, bro. I love you too, homie. You good? I love you, bro. I love you too, darling. Do I need to drive over there? I love you, lil dude. Don't do it, bro. You got thick Latinas to live for. It's nothing worse than accidentally becoming an important person at your job. When everybody sees you walk in and they say, oh, thank God you're here. Another perfect, beautiful day to ingest stimulants and sit at computer. What a blessed life. The biggest scam of all time was convincing kids that Wikipedia, a free source of unlimited information, isn't reliable, when there's literal sources at the bottom and a strict editing policy. My son put some tricks in his ants farm. Instead of eating them, the ants dug up all of the dead ants in the farm and piled them on top of the tricks. Not sure what that means, but I'm not eating tricks anymore. What's tricks? I searched up little brother on my older brother's tweets. My little bro is gonna be the man when he gets older, easily. My little brother is the coolest person I know. The best thing about my life has been watching the growth of my little brother. I love my brother, and he's 6 years old. He's like my best friend. My 16-year-old came and got me really late last night and asked me to come into his room, which was alarming. It was the northern lights. He could see them from his bedroom window and wanted me to see them too. I'm going to remember that forever. What is the most useless piece of video game knowledge you know? In the Elder Scrolls, if you add bread into Salmo the baker's inventory, he will go to one of the 2 inns he usually goes to. He then takes a bite and then makes the game crash. Brain rot this, chronically online that. Meanwhile, some teenage girl in the 1930s was sending these to her favorite horror magazine. Devil's Croft is enticing. Rag, wolf, girl. I like so very much. If you can get any more story-length poems like Lovecraft's Psycho Pompos, by all means, gimme. Ha, chuckle. Artist Robin Ely recreates famous paintings, but makes them look like they're wrapped in plastic. Transformers 1 crossed 120 million globally. The film had a 75 million budget. Interesting image. This photo is from the Willy Wonka experience and is single-handedly the photo of the year. I know it's only February, but close the vote. There's no topping this. Please find this woman. She needs to be interviewed. Tell me your most radical position that cannot be placed on the left-right political spectrum. Serving shrimp with the tail still on when it's already mixed into something, pasta, rice, is insane. Oh wow, that is such a political take. People who shower for 30 plus minutes. What do you even do in there? What makes it so long for you to shower? Genuine question. I think when I was showering for 30 plus minutes, what is your toxic trait? My toxic trait is that I don't feel any sense of accomplishment after achieving something. Just a mild sense of relief that it's done. I'm confused how he's homeless but has a working cell phone. You're confused how a home costs more than a phone. Is this your first day on earth? One girl, one pole, and one regret. We literally teach babies how to speak, so why can't we just raise animals the same way and teach them too? 1950. We will have flying cars. 2023. Do not eat this. Who is this for? Who's eating the wrapper? My boyfriend turned down 5 fully paid scholarships just to stay here with me. I really love this man so much. Your boyfriend dumb as hell. How did people know what roads to take before Google Maps was made. They used maps. Wait, no, I said before Google Maps. Everyone Google search actor and count how many men come up before one woman. Holy. Well, maybe if you typed the word actress, you idiot. I wish we could use laughing emojis in real life, or you could just laugh. Teacher defends her relationship with a student by arguing his grades improve. Woman stuck with $3,100 dinner bill after her blind date refused to pay for the 23 family members she brought along. Bro, if I go to a date and you've brought your whole family, I'm leaving. I don't know why he stayed. Woman opens plane emergency door before takeoff as she felt stuffy. Rich people have small TVs and big libraries. Poor people have small libraries and big TVs. Rich people literally have in-home theaters. Please stop lying. Psychologist. Minorities are obese because of racism. What? Was just trapped on the escalator for hours. Power went out. Why didn't you just walk down the escalator then? Because it stopped working? An escalator is just moving steps. Oh yeah, so it is. Lol, did you mean an elevator? No, an escalator. She left her brain at home. I got dumped for having red hair. My boyfriend's mum didn't want to risk having ginger grandchildren, so she made him dump me. He married a blonde and had 2 ginger kids. Karma. My kids are blonde. 12-year-old boy appears in court on felony charge for selling CDs at mall. Upon arriving to help get my keys out of my car, the AAA guy locked his keys in his car and had to call AAA. These painted strawberries from the supermarket. Why has one of them exploded? Dear atheists, how is it that cavemen survived the asteroid, but the dinosaurs didn't? Social distancing. They stayed 65 million years apart. This freshman was like, I can't find my class. And we looked at his schedule, and he's at the wrong school. This is incredible. China is testing its new autonomous electric train that does not need traditional tracks. It runs on a virtual track. That's a bendy bus. Laughing cow cheese, huh? I bet that cow wasn't laughing when you slaughtered it. You don't kill a cow to make cheese. Skull found in France with a knife embedded in it. The skull belonged to a Roman soldier who died during the Gallic Wars. Whenever I see things like this, I wonder how they died. I guess it will always be a mystery. I'm gonna go with stabbed through the head. Instagrammer 22 says learning about World War II is bad for kids' mental health. What do you mean bad? They need to learn about it. It's important. It's history. First date from hell. Man sues woman for texting at movies. My children will get privacy from me when they can pay their own bills and feed themselves. Until then, you do what I say. Ain't nothing negotiable. We're not friends. I haven't spoken to my mother in 10 years. Welcome to your future. Pizza Hut has gone full woke. Now we must make them full broke. This you? Council culture is ruining America. Who should be the 800th person I follow? You only follow 759. How's that gonna turn into 800? Grandmother tricks speeding drivers by pointing her hairdryer at them. When I was a kid, I literally thought that English was the only language and people speaking other languages were still learning and trying their best. When I was 5, I found out my grandpa had a twin. When I saw him after my grandpa's funeral, a heads up would have been nice. Grandpa, you're still alive? No, I'm his brother. Officer kills man with no active warrants at wrong house. No active warrants is an odd yet intentionally malicious way of saying innocent man. He spent over 70k when there was a DoorDash glitch, and they finally charged him. Killing of 5 bald men in Mozambique is linked to a new superstitious belief that bald men have gold in their head. Amber Heard isn't crazy. Johnny couldn't handle her. For real, just wipe the poop up and go wash the sheets, bro. When you arrive at your Airbnb and realize that the whole space is essentially just the largest bathroom that the host put a bed into. Canadian man says he really is a 6-year-old. This is just mental illness. A house burglar who was caught because he took the decision to log on to Facebook using the victim's computer and forgot to log out. My teacher is so dumb. He thought the sun was a star. That's because it is? No, it's not. A sun is a sun and a star is a star. Saying that a sun is a star is the same as saying a tomato is a fruit. That's right. It's not true. You should never be allowed on the internet again. The idea of being visited by aliens lost its appeal when I realized they would likely just be some other planet's a-hole billionaires. To all you hunters who kill animals for food, shame on you. You ought to go to the store and buy the meat that was made there, where no animals were harmed. You are such a dumb animal. You pre-order digital games as if they're gonna run out. No, I pre-order games because I want to play them early. I don't pre-order games. Canadians think the Titanic was a real event, not just a movie. How dumb can you be? I really hope you're kidding. This is so incorrect, it hurts my head. So sad that Europeans don't understand the feeling of having an ice-cold glass of water when they come back from spending time outside. Men opening doors for women is a symbol of aggressive patriarchy. Men are saying, you may enter or leave this place, but only on my say-so. A man opening and holding a door open for a woman is him subconsciously reminding her that all men are in control of a woman's choices. The day I realized my husband had changed the locks after I had an affair and was left pounding on the door pleading, sickened and furious. You cheated on him. Shut up. You have no say. Arrested after calling Crime Stopper. Man tries to turn himself in for reward money. When I got into a car crash and called my dad right away, and he just said, skill issue, and hung up. Woman who proposed to boyfriend trolled online. You have no self-respect. And you're online making jokes like this while he's getting posed to. Men should understand that some of these girls bring friends to a date because of safety, not for your food and drinks. And why are they eating and drinking? Some of them should be outside checking the perimeter. My sister started 8th grade, and it's all on Zoom, and today she got in trouble because she got up to get water during class. As she's getting yelled at, she looks at me and says, how is she gonna tell me I can't get water in my own house? You had one job. I said my name was Mark with a C. Car. If you ever feel dumb, just remember America lost an 87-ton tank in a field for 30 years. If the goalkeeper is allowed to pick up the ball, then why doesn't he just pick it up and run across the field to the other goal? Is he dumb? A teacher battling cancer ran out of sick days, so school employees showered him with theirs. My friend didn't reply to her man for 2 weeks and told me that you gotta give them time to miss you. And now he's got a new girl. In high school, I went to a sleepover and the girl I liked climbed into bed with me and she started tickling me and I was like, haha, okay, well, time for bed. And I think about that twice every 5 minutes. My baby daddy got promoted, so I appealed for more child support. He ordered a DNA test and my son failed. He put the results in my mailbox. I forgave myself for cheating, but he's being petty. He's been my son's dad for 8 years. Why ghost my child now? How is this possible? Where are you from? I'm from Brazil. Brazil does not speak English. Yeah, but humans can learn more than one language. This guy came into my thrift store and asked if we wash our clothes before putting them out, and I said we don't, and he went straight to the underwear and swimwear section and started to sniff them. I just found out the professor for this online course I'm taking died in 2019, and he's technically still giving classes since he's literally my professor for this course, and I'm learning from lectures recorded before his passing. It's a great class, but what? So my body, my choice, except for when it comes to student loan debt. It's when someone else should step in. Point to the place in your body where the student loans are. My brain. San Francisco created an app asking for the public's help locating the rare instances of human feces found in public spaces for cleanup. The project was cancelled 11 days later, but the map still exists. My son told me that he learned octopuses can climb through small cracks, so he's scared to swim in the ocean because an octopus might climb inside his butt, and now I'm scared to swim in the ocean too. Give $600 to a poor person, and it's gone within a week. Give $600 to a rich person, and it's multiplied 10x in a few years or less. Here, let me fix that for you. Give $600 to someone with no money, and they have no choice but to use it to survive. Give $600 to someone whose needs are already fully met, and they can sit in it all they want. Are we really this dense? Tourists are now flocking to Death Valley to experience possible world record heat of 131 degrees. Do people just want to die or something? I mean, I get it, but if both basketball teams just worked together, they could score so many more points. You don't understand basketball, do you? Or any game. Many 3-year-olds have trouble staying within the lines. Maybe if you practice coloring this turtle, it will help with your parking. I need these printed out. Worked my butt off to pay back my student loans in full. Student loan forgiveness is an absolute insult. My grandmother died of cancer, so I think a cure for cancer would be a massive insult. The insurance company asked if there was a chance that my dad's amputated leg would grow back. Hi Steven, do I have your attention now? I know all about her. You dirty, sneaky, immoral, unfaithful, poorly endowed slimeball. Everything's caught on tape. Your soon-to-be ex-wife, Emily. P.S. I paid for this billboard from our joint bank account. Breaking. Subway is now offering free sandwiches for life to someone who is willing to legally change their name to Subway. Someone probably named themselves Subway and didn't even win. I worked for a billing office and built programs to make it easier to keep track of clients, payments, and records. I was fired and told to finish out 2 weeks. In that time, I removed every program I'd created and put them back on their outdated original program. If I got a dime every time I didn't understand what's going on, I'd be like, why are you giving me these dimes? My daughter was just offered a teaching position at $16 an hour. She has 2 masters in education. That's $32K annual. No wonder they can't find good teachers. She was making $55K as a bartender. We stay on the phone when we're asleep, at school, showering and eating. That's how you keep a relationship flowing. Hell no. We've been on a call longer than I've been alive for. The plastic surgeon on TikTok, known as Dr. Roxy, has been banned from practicing medicine in Ohio after authorities determined that she injured patients while live streaming their procedures to hundreds of thousands of viewers. My father turned 90 and wanted to do a photo shoot to be posted on social media even though he isn't on it. I want to like these photos, but I need to know who they voted for president and what they were doing during the 60s. Lol, for real. My first thought, come on. Why are we thinking like this? Many people lie to themselves about Cabell's attractiveness. He used to be cute, had a full head of hair, youthful exuberance, fit. Now his balding hairline is tragic. Why do you care this much about someone who does not know you? Get a hobby other than going on Twitter and writing stuff like this. Most bobcats are not named Bob. You ever watch a rich person's expression expression change when you ask a question that's too poor. I once bragged to a coworker that I got my outfit from thrifting, and my boss took me aside and said not to say I shop at thrift stores because it made him look bad. Like he didn't pay me enough. Reader, he didn't pay me enough. I just took a pill that helps accelerate my brainwaves. You're smart now? No, I'm stupid faster. I hate message. Angry response. Very triggered response with no facts to back it up. Boys, let's confuse the girls. Nah, this is the only map they know. Fortnite, no one. News reporters for the first few seconds when they go on camera. A customer came in complaining of hearing a whistle coming from the engine. I was able to diagnose the issue as them having a-hole friends. The Eliminate, you're the reason the world is messed up. Sam, we are not the Illuminati. We are Eliminate Fridays, a branded night that showcases top DJs and quality production at nightclubs here in Atlanta. Oh, okay, sorry. They apologize, that's something. Please excuse me while I search for a new psychiatrist. Reply to confirm date and time. Pee pee poo poo. Justin, this is not an automated message. Should we consider this as a confirmation for said time and date? Oh my god, I'm so sorry, yes. Tomorrow works fine. The bank says I can't afford a $950 mortgage, so I pay $1,400 a month in rent instead. Dad rages after daughter's private school claims dinosaurs didn't exist. My mate's dad had to go into a flat to do some maintenance, and this was in the kitchen. I can't believe people live like this. Why does cake go into the oven at 350 degrees if the batter is spilling at 120? Fitness influencers are promoting fish tank cleaner as an anti-aging cure. I swear, some fitness influencers just want the world to burn. It's just so weird to me that not too long ago, someone with a regular old job could buy a house, like an entire house with just their job money. It's a Caesar salad. What's the dumbest thing you got in trouble for at school? I was accused of plagiarism by 2 professors and was given a big long talk about how seriously it was taken. I was confused and crying by the end. Then they showed me the art they think I copied, and it was my own art from my own site that had popped up in a Google image search. A prison inmate tried to sue himself for allowing himself to get drunk and ruin his life. He demanded $5 million from himself and reasoned that the state should pay since he didn't get a salary behind bars. Did he get lawyers arguing for this? Since when did my fridge need electricity? It's a fridge. Yeah, a fridge needs electricity to run unless it has a battery, which I don't think many fridges do. Can men stop trying to be influencers? We need electricians and mechanics, I'm begging you. A sinkhole roughly the size of 6 to 7 washing machines has closed the northbound lanes of Americans will measure with anything but the metric system. My daughter was graded 7 out of 10 and 14 out of 10 in her homework just to color some objects last week and 2 weeks ago. So I wrote in her correspondence book that 14 out of 10 was an error. School replied, Tara's mum, those were dates. We do not grade toddlers. I'm embarrassed for myself. Proud mummy moment. She used the correct use of there, and she's only in 2nd grade. I know 30-year-olds who can't do that. Haha. Can I do what they're doing? Yes. No. She didn't use the correct there. You're stupid. Your daughter is getting the hang of it. Question. If you're out with your boyfriend and your friend, do you expect him to pay the entire tab or just you and his? School district pulls To Kill a Mockingbird from reading list. Makes people uncomfortable. That's the point of the book. What did I just read? You shouldn't drink/smoke while pregnant because it can cause birth defects and disabilities. Okay, why are we so scared of having disabled children? Just another classic example of ableism, eugenics, and policying what women do with their bodies. Mummy's big boy now. Not too long till you're 2, my son. Mummy's not gonna be here for your birthday. But why can't you be with him? I'm going to Hamilton to have a few drinks. McDonald's loses EU trademark battle over the Big Mac. Burger King starts trolling them. Big Mac-ish but flame grilled, of course. Earth is flat. It just spins very fast, creating an illusion of being round. Let me guess, this YouTube video is gonna get community noted. If I offered you 100,000 to jump out of a plane with no parachute, would you do it? I bet you said no. But what if I told you the plane was on the ground? Moral of the story, know all the facts before you open your mouth. You ever notice that it's socially acceptable to tell poor people how to spend their money? But when we ask the rich to stop hoarding wealth, the response is, it's their money. It is their money though. I think it's like the 1% holds 90% of the wealth, but it is their money. We can't do anything. I had an ankle fracture surgery cancel this morning because he couldn't afford his deductible. This guy will never run or walk again without pain. He will never work construction again. And he has insurance that he pays for, and he still can't afford this necessary surgery. Since there are so many clever men on here, reckon yous have ideas on how to get a bolt lock nut off a car? Tried every possible— No, what have you done to your car? Why would you think this would help? Scratching the rims. My friend took 2 weeks off off work, went to Africa, climbed Kilimanjaro, and raised over £300,000 for charity. Having hiked and climbed for 7 days, he reached the summit and asked his guide to take a picture before his iPhone battery died because of the -25 cold. And here it is. One job. Well, maybe a bit more than just one job if they're the guide, but I think this makes it more memorable. What's the dumbest thing you've ever heard? I drive for Uber on the weekends, and one time a girl who was in her late 20s told me that I was making her uncomfortable. I haven't said a word the whole trip, so I asked how I could make the situation better. She said she didn't like how I kept playing with the fidget stick in the middle of my car. I drive a manual. She then told me that I didn't need to use that because her car didn't have that, and then claimed to be a mechanic. You want socialized medicine? Tell me again about how good Canadian healthcare is. Tell me about the wait times for serious medical procedures. Did you guys learn anything from the complete failure of Obamacare? My husband needed brain surgery. World-class neurosurgeons removed a wedge of his skull, used lasers to remove scar tissue on his temporal lobe, then put his skull back together. My biggest expenses were parking and snacks for stress eating, minding my own business, eating lunch, and some rather large woman with purple hair comments that she liked my shirt because it makes it easier to spot the a-holes in this world. Not sure what she has against British motorcycles, but whatever, I guess. That is not Trump, lady. McDonald's USA, $9 an hour. No benefits. Big Mac, $5.80. McDonald's Denmark, $22 an hour. 6 weeks vacation, 1 year paid maternity leave. Life insurance, pension. And the Big Mac is even cheaper. A priest, a minister, and a rabbit walks into a bar. The rabbit says, I think I'm a typo. It's spelled Rabbi Steve. This is really embarrassing for you as an author. Bro, I have 32-bit Windows 7. This game needs 64-bit to play. How can I get it? Will it work if I install my Windows 7 twice? Yes, install it twice. You will also get Windows 14. Thanks, man. You're a legend. Or just install it a bunch of times to get Windows a billion. How can she respect you if you talk tough but then lean into her? Oh yeah, the leaning thing. What a beta male. People who leave their phones set to military times are war criminals. How do you look at 1605 and go, wow, I can understand that. Just -2. That's what I do. Americans be like, okay, I can't count past 12 actually. A woman found her boyfriend was cheating when her Fitbit smartwatch showed a spike at 2 a.m. He burned 500 calories at 2 a.m. This is her without makeup. Definitely mid. I want to see what isn't mid for you if this is mid. Dude, it's just a prank. The prank? The baptisms at this place must be wild. The world by the presence or absence of ants in the wild. We are everywhere. I mean they. New prototype, economy airline seats. Bruh, they better be charging $5 for round trips. My nephew pulled a bowl of flour off the counter. Long Beach Queen Mary is renting out its most haunted room for the first time in 30 years. For $500 a night, that ghost better throw me across the room. Ooh, I start this stupid job tomorrow. And no, you don't start that job today. I just fired you. Good luck with your no money, no job life. When he listens to you, what does Brazil have to do with this? I couldn't find a green flag. Glacier ice is so pure. It's like see-through. This guy is going to die. Joe Biden appoints Weird Bug to be in charge of the nighttime. Can he do that? Yeah, he's Joe Biden. Oh, you're a people pleaser? Name 3 people that are pleased with you. Don't do this to me. Dare. Return every text you get today with a phone call. Why did you call me? What the hell? Because a piece of gum told me to. What's harder than this? Connecting my necklace clasp when I'm already in a rush on the verge of tears. Even the cops couldn't believe it. Did anyone see the cops trying to not smile? They were smiling. Accepting you're about to throw up gotta be the worst feeling on God's green earth. On the bathroom floor, asking God for forgiveness for stuff you did in first grade. Europeans clown on this picture, but for Americans driving 10 hours straight, this is an oasis in a cruel and unforgiving wilderness. The picture bro finds of me when he comes to my house. I once went speed dating, and I was the only guy who showed up. There were 14 women. All 14 chose to stay single, then go out on a date with me. Stay back, cease fire. Nobody can compare to these countries when it comes to food. Snubbed Antarctica. At PETA, this guy eating penguins. Where was the most public place you have done the deed? My ex's bed. Didn't know it was public until later. The worst she can say is no. Her. I replied to her story. She deleted the story. Words ending in IE just sound adorable. Yeah, like cutie, sweetie, cookie, die. Half of misogynistic tweets sent by women. Study finds. Virginia woman transforms home into McDonald's shrine. And I thought rehab was rock bottom. My dad, adopted but still dad, is coming over today. Most liked comment will be shown to him. Don't make me regret this. What color those nipples, Pop? Straight to hell. I believe this is an important image in our postmodern age. Applying for a baby passport is funny. Height, feet 2 inches 5. Occupation, child. Decided to pick a fight with my entire family today. In East Hampton, not AI. This is real. You're laughing. Elon Musk taught fire to drive a car and you're laughing. Daily showers are purely performative and have no real health benefit, experts insist. The health benefit is that you don't smell like poop. Hope this helps. People who sleep very late may die earlier, studies say. A new emotion? Hi, I'm burnout. Show me the non-verbal panel control. This is pure evil. Remembering an online friend you used to play with, but not their name. Wait, what? My user was Garancho. Garancho? Bro, is that you? Oh wait, it is you. I found you again. Nah, I'm just kidding, I'm not, lol. You actually thought I was him? You're never gonna see him again. My husband takes a bubble bath every night, and a lot of the time he gets out, he'll come find me and bring me bubbles as a gift. I have no choice but to accept. Someone breaks into your home while you're taking a poop. Do you wipe first or no? Simply wiping your butt with your bare hands and then slapbox the intruder. Call that enchanting your weapon. I just throw it like a monkey. If ketchup does not exist, what are you having with these? A unique and tangy tomato sauce of my own invention. Born to this, forced to this. Sometimes poor men must do unreasonable things on a budget. I'm a reasonable man made to do unreasonable things, but I'm also on a budget. You ready for a zombie apocalypse? This is land by the Colorado-Kansas border from a plane. Pretty cool. I have no idea how/why it looks like this. It's called farming. Imagine being mystified by the existence of farms. The laptop feature you didn't know you needed. Economy so bad a laptop brand has to post feet pics. As part of the astronaut application cracks me up every time. Travel required. 76% or greater. Chicken and alligator taste alike because they're the closest living relatives to dinosaurs. They both just taste like dinosaur. Candy costs too much. So you're giving them condiments? I'm trying to learn violin. I'm just too small and petite. I wish sleep worked like it does in Minecraft. Slaps my bed and blacks out for 12 hours. Johns are not real Johns. Johns are Jonathans rooted in Nathan. John is just John. I always ask for, with an H, clarification. When someone introduces himself as John, I need to know if I'm dealing with an equal or an imposter. I guess I'm an imposter. To all the Johns with an H, I don't care. It's just more effort having an H. It's the same sound. Come on. Cannot believe how perfectly this sneeze was captured here. How are you today? I just made brisket for the first time. Turned out really good. Weather was nice. I even got a nap in. I wish I was dead. Job market's so crazy. I just received a rejection email from a company I never applied to. They said, don't even think about it. People born in 1990 to 2005. How's life? Michael, what's wrong? My life. Anyone else start getting shaky when someone gets into an interest of yours, or is that just me? I don't know how to describe it. Hey, I got into that thing you like. Vibration. If a blue house is blue and a red house is red, what color is a greenhouse? Clear. I don't get it. Oh, I got it. Is the temperature of restaurant salsa supposed to be like this? It was just weird to me. Are we supposed to feel the chip or something? What did you want us to do? Map of the USA showing what Europeans consider to be the South. Europeans do this and still get mad when Americans don't know where goop and shit and burg is. Why would the Grim Reaper need a scythe if he can kill people just by touching them? Because he is the Grim Reaper and he needs a scythe to reap. Otherwise, he would be known as the Grim Toucher, and that might get him on our list. It's a part of his aesthetic. Is skipping faster than running? No, running is faster than skipping. I used to think I could control ducks with my mind, but it turns out ducks and I have very similar ideas about what ducks should do. My younger self watching me go to bed at 9 on a weekend. Me, who never took them. The psychiatrist commenting on how well the meds are working. My mum decided to send me to a mental hospital just because I asked her for a Pepsi. Me, showing clear symptoms of wanting a Pepsi. You're on drugs. Breaking. Google find that much money. Did Russia let a cat on a keyboard when typing that number? Would you be a side piece for 3k a week? Shit, call me mashed potatoes. Time since my last meltdown. 0. Craft singles. Are you doing okay? Define okay. What if grass licked your feet when you stepped on it? I would do a split. I'm 18 years old. I'm famous. I'm extremely attractive. I'm an alpha male. I'm very wealthy. Why is he drinking bromine? Saw something even more beautiful when I looked for the aurora again. How the hell is he doing that? I didn't know they could climb at a 90-degree angle. This woman allegedly broke into the home, pet the family dog, did the dishes, and left. Is she available today? I was on the phone with this guy, but I had forgot he was there because we were both quiet, so in my comfortability, I accidentally farted loud as hell and got real scared because I don't know if he heard, so minutes later I just hung up and went to sleep, and then I woke up to this text. That fart was crazy. The fact he sent that at 4 AM, like it was keeping him from getting sleep, got me. New poster for Twisters. Do they know it's behind them? People on this app are so miserable. Bagel. So an Olympian proposed and this person is complaining. Insane. How to be happy. 1. Stop having thoughts. A girl in one of my classes sent out an email saying, "You'll be having a furry classmate this semester." And my heart stopped, but she was talking about her service dog. Imagine going into school and there's a furry. What the hell? Ordered one for my dogs and kids. I messed around and got lost. Can you call my mum? She's probably losing her mind. First look at Toy Story 5. The film follows the toys going up against electronics. They're going to be fighting iPad kids. Me, when I like someone and want to continue the conversation. OMG, how do you make this? Imagine you're making progress in therapy and then this happened. So they're trying to get rid of their OCD. I didn't do my compulsion and my cat died. You're in her DMs. I'm at her place mildly being forced to watch a reality show that I'm low-key ashamed to admit I'm somewhat enjoying. Where did all my milk go? The engorged one. You mattress, I chair, is taking me the hell out. Nothing really mattress. Who chairs? What's the answer to this math problem? Let's see who's smart or not. It's literally 5. What is everyone on? Bagel. Not bagel, bagel. Starting my shift and 10 minutes in. Human beings are a disease. Girl dinner and boy dinner. Catwoman literally 5 seconds after Batman catches her stealing a $12 billion diamond. Google Translate can now read signs for you in real time, which is just completely insane. Learn the language. This is so horribly lazy. Want to go to France? Better learn French right now. Trying to learn it, but there's just a word you don't understand. Too bad internet is bad and not to be used for practical reasons. Only memes. Waited years to visit the Pokemon Fossil Museum, and it exceeded every expectation. I never want to leave. Person. Would you like to eat 6 string cheeses in a row? Nah. We deep fried them and there will be tomato sauce. Oh, okay. Yes. I feel personally attacked. What do you call this? My Steam library. I just remembered I can draw whatever I want. Me, falling off my bike because I'm stupid as hell and tried to wheelie after watching a YouTube video. That's the type of thing that annoys me for no reason. You're not a vibe, bro. The slop they feed their samurai is so foul. They do not notice the taste of poison. The fortress will be completely unguarded by nightfall. Do small accounts get really excited when they see notifications? If I saw 3 messages, I would think I'd posted something I shouldn't have. New posters for Joker 2. Terribly sorry about this, but in my defense, it was a really easy edit. Goo goo gaga. I found out my husband has a Burnerzillo account used to verbally harass landlords with ridiculous rental prices, and I just think that's hot. First person to backflip. It's difficult to trace the origins of the first backflip, but one story claims that John Backflip performed the first backflip in 1316. Still can't believe this is what my English teacher wrote in my book when I left school. Ashley, sometimes I go home and can't sleep because your annoying voice just doesn't stop ringing in my ears. It's like the worst torture known to man. That is all. Good luck. This is either banter or the guy hates you, because it's usually a haha joking, but no. This is driving me insane. If you've ever worked in retail on holiday, who do you prefer in the store? Looters, customers. Looters are easy to deal with. Customers make demands, berate you, and you are expected to take it. Looters just take stuff and leave and don't bother anyone. Boss, you're fired for putting a curse on Susan. Okay, Susan, trapped in an oil painting for eternity. Can you lift the curse? Sorry, I don't work here. Do you agree with this sitting arrangement? My friend's girlfriend, my girlfriend, my friend, me. No. It depends who I knew first. One of the coolest things Brooks Brothers did in somewhat recent times was sell this set of 44 polos for $2K. I wish they would bring this back. Guy who wants 44 polos for $2,000 with one click. Red or blue and why? Red. Restart your life at the age of 6 with all the knowledge you know now. Blue pill. 10 million in cash. Screaming and crying as a 6-year-old, trying to explain what Bitcoin is to my parents mid-divorce.
Mom doesn't buy Bitcoin.
That one group of kids creating the most disgusting concoction known to mankind during lunch. I lost my boyfriend in Walmart, so I called him, and he told me to hang up, and I would know where he was. You want to know what he did? He made a pterodactyl noise, and I heard it across the store. Shout out to this one rebel in episode 5, just chilling in a tower and holding up his spear just in case any ships get too close for comfort. That's not... Wait, you mean you're marrying the kid? What? Tell me you wouldn't poop yourself if you walked in... Yeah, I wouldn't. No, I don't think we would. Life messed up and gave me the first ever self-rotating glizzy. It's gonna be perfectly cooked. My sister finally saw the Joker and thought it starred the dad from Modern Family the entire time. Camera falls from airplane, lands right in front of a pig and keeps recording. Jelp! Karai means darkness, right? I didn't translate this, I just knew it.
Heh, Japanese master. I can speak Japanese without knowing. Aye, arigato, ohayo, heh.
It means hate. Oh. Wait, I'm rotated. Fellas, they just handed me the bill for dinner in a wax envelope. How screwed am I? Screwed? Buddy, you're going to Hogwarts. Snoop Dogg watching the skateboarding finals with an unidentified man. It's too bad Tony Hawk wasn't there. He'd have loved that. Capri Sun started selling big jugs, which amount to 32 pouches of juice. Someone alert all the 90s and 2000s kids immediately. Other girls sitting pose. Awesome prehistoric fish called Dunkleosteus. So we are closing school for 2 weeks and it's been really stressful. But the highlight was teaching my 3rd graders how to email so they can email me questions, and I got these throughout the day. How are you? Hope you are okay. Nothing. Just a bunch of emojis. How is Bean doing? Miss you. Bro became a daughter. My wife just completed a 40-week bodybuilding program this morning. It's a girl and weighs 7 pounds. This is the perfect dad joke because it literally made you a dad. No, it made him a daughter. A plastic bag got caught on my side mirror while on the freeway. Guy in the lane next to me waves down. Going 70 miles per hour side by side. He sticks his arm out, grabs the bag, and holds it like a trophy. We give each other the thumbs up and keep it moving. Thank you, bag man. 1 star. Delivery took over 2 hours because they said the driver turned around because it was raining heavy out. Are you kidding me? I'm Peter the owner. This is the first time I've ever responded to a review. My employees' lives are more important. That's exactly correct. We had torrential rains, maybe even a tornado. I would never put any of my employees at risk. There is a giant toad guarding the entrance. What will you do? Me. Mu Deng finally debuts new teeth. Mu Deng stuns and new photos. Courtroom exchange of the day. Doctor, before you performed the autopsy, did you check for a pulse? No. Blood pressure? No. Breathing? No. So then is it possible that the patient was alive when you began the autopsy? No. How can you be so sure? Because his brain was sitting on my desk in a jar. But could the patient have still been alive, nevertheless? Yes, it is possible that he could have been alive and practicing law. In college, I took my geology final on drugs and scored the highest grade in 3 years. I identified the rocks by licking them. Not kidding. I felt like I unearthed hidden knowledge. I took my hoodie on and off like 40 times during the test. My mom annoying the hell out of me. She treats Mother's Day like it's Christmas. You named me Christian with an O. I shouldn't get you a damn thing. The cartoon shows episode. That one scene. This is how I view the stakes in all social settings and interactions. If they do like her, they will start to surround her and take care of her. If they don't like her, they will kill her. Liam Neeson, 72, admits he's madly in love with co-star Pamela Anderson, 57, after saying he's done with dating. 57? She's literally a child. It's so messed up that history professors are allowed to call 1789 to 1914 the long 19th century. And yet somehow my paper is late because they won't accept 5 AM as a part of long yesterday. You couldn't even begin to fathom my drip. Fear of going to the dentist when I was 17. It's going to hurt. Fear of going to the dentist at 37. He's gonna say I need all new teeth and charge me 30k. Guy on an electric bike asked if I was single, and I told him I'm not really into dating right now. And he said, that's cool, and let me ride his very cool electric bike. But when it was over, he said, that's what you're missing, and scooted off into the distance. My neighbor passed me in the hallway and asked me if everything's good. I said, yeah, why? She said she heard me screaming at a man this morning for disrespecting me. I had to explain to her that the large disrespectful man in question is actually a cat named Raheem. Me, making the weirdest noise known to man for no apparent reason. There is a high chance I have autism. She's not wrong though. I'm just a simple human girl who likes human things, like bread and complaining all the time. She kind of fine. Good English, Tyler. She kind of fine. It's she's, not she. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I hit a crackhead with my car. In my defense, he literally jumped out into the road. I jumped out of my car ready to call 911. This guy's laying on the ground, jumps up, and says give me $5 and I won't tell anyone. I gave his punk ass $5 and he called me a sucker and ran off. I hated her. Should have just called the police. Get him locked up. One of the training officers just walked into the office and asked if he was allowed to drop his rookie off at a firehouse like a newborn if he doesn't want him anymore. You have a very specific problem. You search Google. You find a 10-year Reddit post with the same question. 0 comments. New users. Newer versions of operating systems are faster. Running apps in the background. PC gamers when they realize a picture is only 1 FPS. New journal entry. Dear God. Amen. Tumblr is so back. She's like an alien who went to Earth to study us, but accidentally got famous and can't leave. This guy reading a whole book on the bus. Reading is not only fun, but it's fundamental. This is why you guys are dumb now, because you didn't read enough books growing up. I don't know if people are dumb because they don't read books. I think people are just dumb because they don't try and learn. But I think it's weird making fun of someone for reading. Running a little late today, so feel free to let yourself in. The passcode to the big gate is 565634. Sorry, that's the passcode passcode to the T-Rex cage. This is the password to the big gate. Be there in about an hour. Please forget you saw that first code. It will open the T-Rex cage from the front gate. I heard someone say they knew a guy named Hunter in college, but he was vegan, so they called him Gatherer, and I think that's hilarious. If you hear me telling the same story twice, just let it go. I have only like 6 memories, and they all take turns. I asked AI how to handle protesters blocking the roads. Seems quite an efficient way of doing it. I wish there was something that could quench my thirst and fix all my mental health problems. The humble Dr. Pepper. Doctor's offices be like, show up 15 minutes early, so the doctor can see you 45 minutes late. I never even considered Dr. Pepper could be a woman. Maybe I'm a bad person. Picked up a hitchhiker last night. He said, thanks, how do you know I'm not a serial killer? I replied, the chances of 2 serial killers being in the same car are astronomical. He dug that hole so deep. Babe, who is this? Oh, that's a friend. I've known her since middle school. We basically grew up together, and she's been there for me in good and bad, but she's just a friend. You don't have to worry about it. I love you. That's my fake account. The Vatican had music which was forbidden to be copied and was only played twice a year. The piece was kept secret for almost 150 years until a 14-year-old Mozart listened to it and transcribed it from memory. You wouldn't steal top secret music from the Vatican. This was the only thought in my brain after I read that. They call me Coffee because I grind so fine. They call me Coffee because I keep you up past 2 a.m. They call me Coffee because I'm really bitter. And most people don't like me without changing some aspects of what I am. The newest version of ChatGPT passed the US medical licensing exam with flying colors and diagnosed 1 in 100,000 conditions in seconds. Can't wait for a future where Dr. Bot can almost instantly diagnose a rare and hard to detect condition, so Insurance Bot can deny coverage for the treatment much more efficiently. My daughter made her own Jeopardy game, but could only think of one topic. Animals, more animals, too many animals, overflowing animals. I've never played Jeopardy.